Gotta get pumped. One. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another season of Save or Die. God damn it, we can't even get through 3 seconds without laughing. Just as well that we have the forecasting career with a state of Save or Dice to begin season 3. First of all, we've got to talk about our sponsors. So, who am I handing over to talk about sponsors to today? I feel like it's the man above me, Dave Friant. How you doing, Dave?
Throw the ball this way. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Hey, we got to thank our sponsors, Dungeon Painter Studios. The amazing maps you're going to see tonight, I suspect, we'll see, maybe, by our DM, Cody, is made in Dungeon Painter Studios, and I believe that's over there on Steam. You can go grab that. Some good stuff there. And also, you're going to see all this stuff presented on our virtual tabletop of choice, Fantasy Grounds. So Smite Works in the house. Thank you guys for that. Also, we have a new sponsor for tonight, and I believe we're doing a giveaway or something. Are we allowed to talk about that? What's the rules?
Yes, yeah, we're doing a huge giveaway right now with Archania Workshop, and so up on the screen here in just a moment, on your mark, set, go, Will Jones. I think you guys should be seeing some pieces done by Archania Workshop. So we're gonna be selecting 3 winners, and we're gonna be posting a little giveaway link for that. It's a gleam competition, so that will be going for I think a couple of weeks, and then we will announce the winners in that particular thing anywhere in the world. And you guys can choose either the blacksmith's workshop, the mausoleum, or the cemetery gates. It's your choice. All of those are going to be created by Archania Workshop, and they're going to send those out to 3 winners. Everybody gets to choose what they want of those 3 winners, which of those they want anywhere in the world. And then also right now for a limited time until the 7th, we have a special discount code for Save or Dice over at Archania's website, which is literally Save or Dice, no spaces, and that'll get you 10% off.
Incredible. Well, of course, season 3 is back with the same lovable crew. We have the wonderful Dave Friant from Nerdarchy, the beautiful bastard Jim Davis, that guy Pruitt from WebTM, and the dazzling deviant. I didn't name him, he did. Cody, who I hand over to today.
I have no regrets.
Who is our dungeon master for tonight. So, Cody, talk to us about season 3.
All right, so I am excited about season 3, guys. We're going to jump right into the things here, into all the things. As you can see, we have 3 halflings in our party this evening, along with 1 elderly dwarf played by Will Jones. And so you guys kind of know what's going on here. You guys have regathered individually back in Westbury, and you guys are headed to Dawncross as part of a kind of to help settle a dispute between the dwarven kingdom of Vogrum and the city of Dawncross. And as you guys know, there's a lot of things going on near Dawncross. There's been a heavy sighting of orcs, and it's quite strange that Vogrum has actually fallen into a dispute with Dawncross because they rely so heavily on one another as far as trading goes with the silvered mines of the dwarven kingdom of Vogrum. Of course, our dwarf here, Grindlebrew, is part of that particular community, and you have been chosen to continue to escort a halfling by the name of Osmond Greyhill back to the city of Dawncross, and that is where we're going to pick up. Guys, just so you know, for those of you guys watching, we got a couple of homebrew rules, a couple of house rules that I run by. The first of which is I do offer a +1 bonus on flanking. The next of which is a little bit of attacks of opportunity if you're standing up from prone. We'll get into that whenever that comes up. And I like to play loose with the rules. So if you guys are ready, I think I'm ready to jump in here.
Are you guys excited? Been more ready for anything.
That I can just tell the excitement over there, Jim Davis. Really, Really impressive.
What's that?
That was pretty non-committal, Dave.
My mind was elsewhere. I was thinking about spells and whatnot.
I was answering my alignment.
I was talking about alignment and dinosaurs.
The chat was open.
All right, guys. Without further ado, let's jump into tonight. Boom! A wave of heat washes over your faces as the side of the wagon that you guys are riding on explodes in a burst of fire, sending you each tumbling through the air. As you slam into the ground and try to gain your bearings, you hear two words from the wagon up in front of you, which is orcs and ambush! Gentlemen, please roll me initiative.
All right. 17.
All right, let me just.
Oh, that's a one. What am I
Combat
hitting?
I got it. No, who got that for? It's not
Okay, I'm
actual
not
for.
showing you guys popping in the combat tracker.
No, I didn't do that.
Still not showing you guys popping in the combat tracker.
Oh, in there.
How do we pop into the combat
How do I
tracker?
pop? a
Cody has
combat-
to add us to the combat tracker.
combat
Uh-oh.
tracker. Oh, here we go.
1, 2, and
Yeah.
nope, Huell's already in there. And
You'll start in there.
okay,
Mhm.
now you guys are in there. All right, give me 1 second here. So you guys can see this map up here in front of you, correct? I don't know what you guys
Correct.
can see.
Yep.
All right.
Holy shit balls, Roscoe. That horse is on fire.
Yeah, I know. It's such a shame. Gonna have to put it out of its misery.
Flaming horses. Why did it have to be flaming horses?
And now you guys should see the rest of your enemies. Am I correct?
I can see him.
Holy. Oh dear, that's not looking so good. That isn't. No, no. There's a lot-
Oh, orcs. Fascinating creatures.
All right. So I have, let me just look here what I've got down here at the bottom. I thought you guys were going to pop in there automatically. So I've got a 17 for Huell, correct?
Yep.
All right. And then, okay, so Grindlebrew is going to be up front. All right. So just give me 1 second. We'll pop these in. All right. So Grindlebrew, you're up, my man. What do you want to do?
Okay. Wait, I rolled like a 4, didn't I? Oh wait, that wasn't me. No, I rolled.
I'm showing
I rolled
I'm showing
really well.
23.
Yep, I take it back. I'm only rolling well today. All right. Grindlebrew stirring in literally his burning stirrups right now. He is going to leap into action with the sprightliness not becoming of a man of his age, over probably about 850 years old. I see orc number 3 over yonder.
Yes, absolutely.
And I would like to give him some sacred flame, if he wouldn't mind.
Why don't you go ahead and give him some sacred flame?
Take my flame? That's not how that works. Neither is that. Oh dear.
If you take your sacred flame, just drag it onto his token on there.
Oh my goodness. What magic is this?
Bum, bum, bum,
What
bum.
magic is this?
Are you not able to drag it on there?
No, it doesn't want to drag.
It doesn't want to drag.
Doesn't want to drag.
All right, so what is it? Is it a dexterity save, I believe?
Yeah,
All right, so let's do this here. I got a 17 dexterity save.
that is definitely safe.
Okay, and it's no damage on a save?
Correct. Yeah, cantrip.
Okay, so you kind of coming up, kind of move over, you assess the situation, you immediately fire off. That brings us over to Huell. What would you like to do?
Huell's going to survey the situation. He's got this big flaming cart in front of him. By the way, Cody, excellent hills on this map.
You're very
And
welcome, sir.
What was that map
What-
made again?
You can see what Dungeon Painter Studio is actually capable of this season on
that's
Saber
cold,
Day.
man.
Wow, we try to
Wow,
set him
really
up and
cold.
he cuts us down.
Jeez.
I know, right? You just can't even. You can't even.
You know we're short enough, right?
I love you guys.
What are these orcs armed with?
These orcs are armed with spears and swords and axes as they're kind of charging down. And then I want to be very clear, at the very top of the hill here, you see two particular orcs just standing kind of regent, right? They're just kind of sitting there casually on their horse. One is just a large orc, nothing particularly standing out about him, and then another one that is kind of robed, and you could see big white streaks of war lines, and he's carrying a bit of a staff on top of his horse that has what looks to be kind of like a dream catcher with a bit of feathers hanging down from it, and they're kind of surveying what all is going on down here.
All right. Well, let's see here. They're all have a bunch of big ass axes and spears and shit. Huell is going to, as long as he's in the back, he's going to target this one that that Grindlebrew was trying to get at. So let's
Help me out, mate.
You got it. Yeah, he's all the way over here. Let's cast it on this guy. Come on, orc number 3. Oh, that's a big miss. Ray of Frost goes firing off in the distance.
And you're still kind of disoriented. You come up with the Ray of Frost, and you're unable to make contact. That brings us over to Braso, Dr. Hill.
There's a lot of orcs here, guys. I think we need to get this guy to where he's going and just haul ass out of here.
Well, they might have cut off there.
They're everywhere.
I wanna begin moving.
Oh, yeah,
My short halfling legs.
Sometimes the only way is through.
Good words of advice, cuz.
So you're gonna slide up here right in front of Grindlebrew and do what? I'm gonna mispronounce that.
Oh, you know what? I can't even get close enough. I'm going to
We just call him GB.
I guess as a bonus action, I'm gonna hit this guy with a hunter's mark.
Yeah. So
Team
orc
GB.
number 3, this guy right here in front of you.
Yeah, the one they've been attacking. I hit him. I'll pull out a hand crossbow, and get out of the way, ugly. And I say it in orcish to him.
Blassunga there.
Yeah.
And that brings us over to the orcs, who is going to come charging down at you.
I can't take a shot at him.
Oh yeah, you yes. Go ahead, give me a shot.
All right. That's not great.
I got an AC of 13. The 12 is not going to get there.
Well,
you guys are all still kind of
we
stumbling
lost.
up from the disorientation, and you fire off also, and you can tell that the orcs have a clear advantage with their surprise charging down at you down this hill. And if things don't change soon, you guys might be in for a slaughter. At this point, the orcs continue their charge. And this orc is going to come up here, and let me just do this here real quick. We've got
Thanks for getting in the way, mate.
we've got an attack against
Anytime, old timer.
Oh,
he swings over with a massive 23 against you, Dr. Hill, for
Ooh,
a
that's gonna hurt.
whopping 13 damage with his
We're
sword.
gonna die in the first session.
Christ. And the next one's going to do the same over here to you, Roscoe. He's going to slide down with a natural 20 as he crits on you for a whopping 11 plus another 12 here. Oh, no, wait.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not, buddy. He's got a great axe.
Roscoe, no! I can't take it.
For 17.
I can't take anymore.
And then the orcs are going to continue to charge down the hill here for you guys. And that is going to bring us to the guards, who are going to turn and engage their foes and orcs as well. You can see the guard atop the wagon up in front of you hop down, and they're trying to gather and close in on these orcs. And they are going to start trading some blows as well. Okay, and that brings us back around, or excuse me, that brings us over to Roscoe.
Okay. Well, there's an orc in front of me. So I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the law, which is the name of my sword. And we'll see what happens. So that's going to be a 20 to hit.
I think that's pretty good.
I like it.
It's going to be 11 damage on the first hit.
Yeah, okay.
Still up.
He is still up at the moment.
It's going to be a 16 to hit with my unarmed strike.
That's good.
as I bring my sword across his inner thigh and cut his leg down and then give him an elbow right to the nuts. So that's a further 5.
Yeah, absolutely. So Roscoe, you kind of were the last one up because you were atop the wagon. You hit down on the ground the hardest, and it took you the longest to kind of get your bearings. When the orc came down on you, he slashed down on the inner thigh, and you come back up, bringing all your might into his chin and into his nuts, as you so eloquently put it, before finishing him off. And you absolutely drop this orc down in front of you. Well done, Roscoe. Would you like to move?
And then, yeah, I'm going to start some tactical movement here. And as I drop him, I'm just going to say it's a shame he didn't measure up to halfling justice, and swing around to this side, moving towards the wagon.
Okay.
35. Yep.
And that is going to bring us back around to Grindlebrew.
Oh, you need some help there, mate. He's the one in front of you. Braso just took like 20 damage, right?
He took no, Braso, those were 2 different attacks against different people. So Braso took 12. And Roscoe's the one that took, I believe, 18 points.
17.
17 points of damage.
Oh boy. We might need to channel Divine and heal you here, right? So 5 times my cleric level, so 15. So I can heal you for 15, Roscoe. And basically what happens is Grindlebrew just extends a hand out, and you see that the ring on his finger, this diamond shining ring on his finger, just glows, and it sends out this kind of like rosy red energy towards you, almost like love, little love heart emojis come out almost, and just wrap themselves around your wounds, and a little tear goes down Grindlebrew's eye as he remembers his wife who's left him, but however, you are still healed. Every time it hurts, every time I think about all the wounds you have.
Are you channeling divinity?
Are almost as bad as the wounds she made to me. Yes, I am.
Isn't that a radius effect?
I can do. I can heal. I can divide those hit points, but I mean, I gotta give most of that to Roscoe because he deserves.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know if it was like an
yeah,
all.
I can split them up as I see fit, but there's 15 of them. They'll go towards Roscoe, and then I will move with Roscoe about here. Grindlebrew is I'll come tag team heal away from the orcs, and that's my turn.
And that next up will bring us to Huell, who's just fired off his ray of frost and then got closed on pretty quickly. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the other halfling with the hat. Huell, it's your turn, buddy.
Huell's over here by himself. So quick question about a spell effect here. There's a couple of orcs that are on a half grid. Curious to know where they are exactly, because I may or
Here,
may
let me do this here. We're gonna make this nice and clean.
Thank you.
When I was zoomed out, I couldn't really see that very well.
I feel you. So in this case, what Huell is going to do is Huell's going to be like, "Huell, see me later," and
Jim Davis, please take a point of inspiration, sir.
I'll take it.
That's a great
one. He's going to dash so that he's not quite exposed from where he is. Lacking a bonus action, he's just going to hoof it. Because I don't want to get surrounded by 4 orcs.
Okay, so you're not going to take an attack action at all?
I'm dashing.
Okay, got it. And that brings us over to Braso, Dr. Huell.
All right, punk, you got lucky last time. And I will put away my cross. Oh, I can't do both. Damn it. I'm going to just drop the hand crossbow and pull my short sword.
Okay. So that's part of your move action. And then what else would you like to do?
That is actually just my interact. And what do we got here? Ooh, that's going to hit.
Yeah, you're going to wallop him for 21.
All right.
There you go. Take one of these suckers out.
Let's see. Well, it automatically roll the whatchamacallit.
If you drain the damage on top of the token, it should.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see.
Should be. You get him, Doctor. Make sure he don't get back
absolutely.
up either.
It did not roll the whatchamacallit.
Hunter's mark.
Oh, the crit?
Hunter's mark.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Hunter's mark. Okay.
Yeah.
So for 12, and that actually drops this guy.
So
I do use random life here.
As a question, as a bonus action, can I scoop up my hand crossbow?
Yes.
All right, and then I will move with these gents.
So you guys, you exchange some curses with this as you fire off your crossbow. The orc closes in on you along with his companion on Roscoe. Damage is dealt, blades have been whirled, and you basically swap out for your sword, dig it into his chest, grab your crossbow, and roll away to the side. That brings us over here to the orcs who will pursue you guys. This one's going to close in on Roscoe. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This is going to close in here.
It's nice to feel wanted.
And I think the speed here actually will get there if I'm not mistaken. I think they have a nice little aggressive trait, which they do of aggressive.
Get away from my cousin's dirtbags.
Okay.
Hell
Wait,
yeah,
I thought he was
cuz.
my cousin.
He's my cousin too.
Oh, wait, we're all cousins.
I'm not.
You can be. Next time we have a family reunion, you come on down and you just
All
be
right.
right in.
That would be nice.
We'll just
to
get you a nice hat.
have a
We have
family again.
three of these things that close in on Huell very, very quickly here, going for a kill.
All right. First one that tries to attack me, I'm casting shield, brings my AC to 20.
That is a 7, which is not going to get there as he swings over the top of you. You're quickly trying to backtrack and stay in front of this. The next one is going to swing at you for a 21 and get
That would
there.
hit. Yep, that would hit.
And he's going to slash over at you for another whopping 13 damage.
Okay.
And then finally, the last one will close in on you. Does an 18 get there?
Nope.
18 does not get there. So yeah, absolutely. You're able to duck the first one, duck the second one. Unfortunately, the third one gets you right in the side of the gut, and you can feel the cut is deep. Let's move over here to these orcs that are closing in on Roscoe that are slashing out at you. I have an 8 as he goes wide, and then the next one comes in for another 7. Roscoe able to maintain his balance a little bit better and fend off the attacks on him. But Huell is in a very tough spot at the moment. That brings us over to Roscoe. What would you like to do, buddy?
All right. Well, it's time to exercise the law. So, the one orc that, what is that? Orc number 2?
Yes.
Help!
So,
Beautiful.
that's a hit.
Yeah.
Sure is.
He's going to take 9 damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend a key point for my bonus action to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
As I slash across his knee. And I'm not flanking anyone, no. So 12 doesn't hit.
A 12 barely misses.
Yep. And then, oh, wait, I'm a halfling. That's right.
Yeah, son.
There it is.
The new halfling one will be a
Woo! First 4 of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. First 4.
How many minutes?
That was lucky. So anyway, that's the end of my action as I slash him across the shin and then spit in his face.
All right, give me 1 second here. All right. So that brings us over to that brings us back over here to the rest of the guards and these orcs. They will kind of charge down the hill here, giving off these awful grunting challenges. And they're just like snarling and engaged with these guards who are desperately trying to fend them off. You look over here in time to see one of these orcs actually drop, but not before the guard next to him gets his head taken clean off. And that brings us back around to Grindlebrew.
All right, how we looking, lads? We okay?
Help! Help!
Oh no! I'm gonna jump in here with Huell. Jump in here, in fact, and I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon. Okay. So let's put that there. So the first one is a 19 on this orc. 19 to hit.
19 is going to get there, buddy.
Beautiful. For 8 points of damage, and my spiritual weapon will be up let's see. Let me
And
remind myself of the wording. So casting is a bonus action spiritual weapon. So
Yep.
and then it stays up as a bonus action as well. Yeah, I always forget about that one. Beautiful. So that will be up as well. So that stayed up for the next 10 rounds in case you're tracking. I'll keep a note of it as well. And
Okay.
then I believe I can also smack him with my Warhammer. I got Shield the Warhammer. He's just gonna go, duh! And smack
Get
him
him,
on
Brando.
13
Well-
to hit.
13 is gonna get there.
Knock that orc on his ass.
So
Seven
how
damage.
much how much damage in total did this orc take?
He took
Orc
a
number 6.
total of 15 points of damage.
Don't
15
forget-
points of damage is enough
Okay.
to drop him. Absolutely, as you just at the last minute, you kind of see him stunned and floundering, come back over the top, and you hear a sickening of his skull just giving way and caving in.
There you go.
Do you want to move, buddy?
Thank you, Grindel.
You already did, man.
I can move one more here, right?
Yes, you can.
Do that. Now I'm flanking. Oh.
You're almost flanking.
So I need to be on the opposite side of him to flank like that, would I?
That would be flanking, yeah.
Then let's move like that.
Yeah, so that'll give both of you guys a +1. All right. So that is going to bring us over to Dr. Hill, or no, excuse me, Huell.
Yeah. Huell looks about and sees himself surrounded by orcs, appreciative of Grindlebrew's efforts. I'm torn. I think I am going to cast. Let's see. I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on
Yeah.
this one that's between Grindlebrew and Huell.
Okay.
And so let me see if I can. Where's this at?
You should theoretically be able to drag it right on top of him.
Gotcha.
And
That's
he is
fail.
going to fail.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So you see this orc who's like snarling and just just kind of paralyzed in this awful, cringy laughter that kind of takes you aback.
There we go. And then there we go for the rest of the effect on that. So he's incapacitated, and this other guy is right next to Huell, and Huell is just going to have to take the hit, and he's going to leave. Let's see. I think that's 1, 2, 5. So I'll take the attack of opportunity, and we'll shield if need be.
Okay, so you're going to take an attack of opportunity from this guy. He's going to slash out at you. Make
AC
sure I'm doing the right
15.
one. AC 15. I have a 21
Oh, that's going to hit.
for 8 damage.
I'm knocked out. I'm knocked out, son.
You're going to drop.
Cousin!
This
Oh,
is going to
no,
be the
cuz.
shortest season of Saber Dice ever. All right, so that brings us over to Dr. Hill.
All right, so that changes what I'm going to do a little bit. So interact with an action. I shoulder my crossbow.
Okay.
Move over here to my cousin. Come on, cuz, you got to get up.
Save me, cuz. Save me, cuz.
And I drop some healing on him. So did anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't think
see.
so. So I will just roll then, and that is going to be 6 points.
6. All right.
6 points. And as my bonus action, I'm going to move my hunter's mark to this guy. And let's see, what did I use? 5 feet. And I will. Come on, cuz, just like we used to do when we're lads.
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Cuz.
These accents, man, they're so great.
Yeah, old Huell's a hayseed.
So yeah, Huell, as you kind of turn to create more distance, you can feel the sharp pain as you drop in a breath of life coming back into you from the wonderful Dr. Hill. Dr. Hill, you're gonna make you're done with your movement? Is that all the
Yeah,
actions
that's
you
all. That's all I got. That's all. I
have?
got.
Okay, then that brings us back over to the orcs, and they are going to go to town here. As this one is going to step up and try to attack you. These two are going to close in on Grindlebrew, and they're going to try to get on both sides of you there, buddy.
So orc number 5 is prone because of the laughter.
Yep.
The concentration dropped.
He's laughing and incapacitated, and so he's going to move over here. So we've got these guys are going to slash out at you here, Grindle. One attack. I got an 11, which you're going to
I'm gonna do it.
easily shield away to the side. The other orc is laughing hysterically.
Actually, it's not because I broke concentration when I dropped, but it is prone.
Okay, it is prone.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to stand up, and it will give up its bonus action and its reaction to avoid the attack of opportunity. Another house rule here. And then it will also make that attack at a +1. So does a 14 get there?
No, does not.
Okay, so both of those orcs are unable. You're just kind of from the other and realizing that you're kind of getting surrounded here and getting in a tough spot. The next one's going to come at you, Roscoe, with the great axe. I have a 14. Is that going to get there?
No, 15.
Yeah. It's going to swing over the top of you. You're easily able to avoid that one. And then the last orc is going to come in on you, Dr. Braso. I have a 19, which I assume is going to get there.
It does. Oh,
I hope it doesn't drop you here for another 5 points of damage as it lashes out at you, cutting deep in on your shoulder. The human guards are actually making a little bit of leeway here with these orcs. But another one is going to drop.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
And that brings us back around to Roscoe. Roscoe, you're up, buddy.
All righty. So I'm gonna go. Well, now I'm flanking. So yeah, let's gonna continue my assault on orc number 2 here. Spitting curses all the while. Oh, that's a 1. Shit. I guess I'll re-roll that.
Oh, much sarcasm.
7. That's an 18 to hit.
An 18, yeah, absolutely, with the long sword.
And so I'm gonna cut him right across the leg.
For 5 more damage. And yeah, absolutely. This is the one you injured previously, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that is enough to get there. You cut down his leg. He drops down with a sickening split from his thigh.
Yeah, I'm gonna totally cut his leg off. And then I'm gonna basically shoot a roll between this orc's leg across from the dock and come up behind him flanking in order to do a flurry of blows as I come up, as I do what I call the twin pillars of justice for 2 attacks. So first one,
8, 9's not going to get there.
And so that's a 17 to hit.
Absolutely going to get there.
All right, so that's another further 7 damage to him.
Okay.
Let's finish him off, cuz.
Get him.
We got him right where we want him now.
Fucking killing me, guys. All right, that brings us back around to Grindlebrew, who is in a very tight spot and trying to keep both of these orcs at bay.
Bonus action spiritual weapon on orc number 5.
Yeah, give it to me.
Should be down. Is he? No, he's not prone anymore. 7.
7 is not going to be enough, Grindlebrew.
Let's try and hit him with the warhammer. No.
The 11 is not going to be enough either. You're trying to get your attacks in, but the attacks coming back in at you from these orcs is making it difficult to get a good solid swing in to get around their defenses.
Again,
kind of
teamed here, boys.
I got a question. Can I replace his 8 that he rolled with a 10 for a 13 to hit with my portent ability?
Diviner's in the house.
Yes.
And I'd like to rewind time and be like, oh no, different strand of fate, son. This is what you need. And he hands that 10 I just rolled for portent to Grindlebrew.
He gets this look of oh no, I know. I need to hit him with this side of the warhammer. I smack him with it.
And you quickly come back to your senses, realizing that was just a vision, and you realize your fatal flaw is not coming in hard enough on the right side. You're able to make contact with this orc.
I see the matrix.
Which number is this? 5 or 4?
5. That'd be number 5.
All right, and that is for 7 bludgeoning damage. Yes.
Indeed, it is.
All right. Well done, sir. You slam into the side of this thing, and you can hear, "Oh, Shonda!" And and by the way, I don't know who speaks Orc here.
Not
I
me.
I think
Just
I
one
might.
person.
Should type it in the chat in Orcish.
He basically, yeah, I guess I could. He basically called you something along the lines of one who makes love with pigs, and so that will
That's
bring us
different, cuz man.
back. I assume you don't want to move and risk taking a bunch of
Very
attacks of
romantic.
opportunity. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, I'm not moving out of it.
Okay, and then Huell, that brings us over to you. As lungs refill your air, you look back up and you're still prone at this point.
Ooh, okay.
fight is
Well,
turning.
yeah. Huell's going to stand up. That's half his movement, and I'm gonna take this one over here that my two cousins are fighting, and well, I'm just gonna chill him out a bit. Casting Ray of Frost.
Yeah, the 21 gets there.
There we go. I like to see that. And that's 3 frost damage. Hopefully, no, not down, but
Not
maybe a
down
little bit
enough.
out. And then I am going to move actually right here with the rest of my movement.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm done.
And so, Dr. Hill, it's your turn. You can see this ray beam across and land on this orc, crackling back in frost energy as it kind of grimaces down. What would you like to do?
How does he look?
He looks pretty worse for the wear,
Okay.
but you could still see a ferocity in his eyes and a vigor there that he is absolutely capable of ending your life.
All right, so I will stab him with my short sword. It's actually a machete, but close enough. 19.
19,
24.
absolutely.
All right. We have not moved our hunter's mark, unfortunately. So he will take 6.
That is enough to drop him, Dr. Hill. As you see your opportunity, he turns over to make eye contact with where that magical frost energy came from, and you just ram your sword up and into its sternum, and it spills out blood. Would you like to move, sir?
I would. So with a flourish, my interact with an object, the whip comes out with a crack. Grindlebrew, this one here really likes you a lot, is what he said. So I'll use my bonus action.
Really? That's nice.
Use the whip. Oh, only a 10.
Oh, the 10 doesn't get there. You hear it crackle off nearby, narrowly missing something that would have just been, just gives me shudders to even think about.
So
at the back of this orc's head.
For Grindlebrew, is he technically flanked because I'm using a whip?
Yeah, absolutely, yes, 100%, of course. So Grindlebrew, you will get that +1 to attack on orc number 5, and that brings us over to the orcs, who are going to turn, and these guys are both going to continue to try to bring you down with a ferocity, just slamming in on your shields. I have a 17. Is that going to get there?
Oh, AC 18.
Oh, slams down in just furious and anger, and you can feel the brunt of the attack.
Hang in there, Grindel.
Oh.
And the other one slashes back across for 14. You're able to bring your Warhammer down and deflect it to the side. And these guys are going to do some things.
I'm getting more Grindel and Brew right now.
They're going to do orc things here. And that brings us over to Roscoe.
Okay, so my compatriots, we have 3 on 2 over here, and we got guard. Wait, did one of those orcs die?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely, yes. The guards and the orcs are kind of are yes, 100%. They're engaged in mortal combat, if you will.
So in a quick flash around, do I see the orc to the north of me?
Yes, you see. You're talking about this one here in the tree, or are you talking about the 2 up on the hill?
The one that's in the tree, the Claw of Luthic.
Yeah, she is standing next to the tree trunk and she is watching, but she is not engaging.
Well, anyway,
How
I'm gonna
about
go help
Grindel, cuz?
I'm gonna go help my friend who helped me. earlier because that's what friends do.
Oh, look at that flanking bonus.
Move over to that orc there.
That
And,
good old-fashioned conga line.
and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use an unarmed strike.
The old
And,
checker move.
so that's going to be a 17 to hit.
Absolutely going to get there. 100% yes.
So that's going to be 5 damage. And next one's probably not going to be at 11. No.
11 barely misses. No.
So yeah, I basically just went with a couple of punches, and I'm keeping my sword above me to give myself a +2 bonus to AC.
Absolutely. You actually land this low on this particular orc, and you can see him buckle down to one knee. Oh, Songa! And he kind of just like hollers back at you. And then that will bring us back around to Grindlebrew, who is now finding your halfling, your new halfling friends coming to your aid.
Oh, it's like having a family. I'm gonna spiritual weapon orc number 4, which should be now correctly in for a. Oh, I wish I was
What's
a
the matter?
halfling.
Not a halfling?
You were only a halfling. I know a druid.
Oh, another tear
can
runs down his
reincarnate
eye. And then he'll attack with the Warhammer on orc number 4 for a. That's more like it. 16.
Absolutely going to get there, yeah.
4 points of damage.
Yeah, so you come back, or you see him kind of buckle a little bit under Roscoe's attack, and you follow it back up with the seizing the opportunity and kind of hammer in against his thigh, not dropping him, but definitely hurting him and his ability to combat you. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that brings us over to. I assume you do not want to move.
I want to stay right
That
sandwich where I
will
am.
bring us to Huell.
All right, then. Well, Huell's going to come over here, and he's going to reposition himself just a little bit. And going to Ray of Frost this guy between old Roscoe and our new best friend, Grindlebrew.
Give it to me, buddy.
The old Eiffel Tower move.
Managing. Oh,
Hey, now.
see, it's still making me roll with disadvantage because Fantasy Grounds is saying Huell is still unconscious.
That would.
So I don't know how to get rid
I
of
will-
it. It's telling me it's making me roll
Let me
with
see.
disadvantage.
Let me
So,
see.
It's
so
like
click
no.
advantage and then roll and see what happens.
Now let's try again.
Don't upset the beast, bro. You don't know
Just
what might
make you roll
happen.
with disadvantage. There you go.
Yeah, that'll
Divide
do
by
it.
0.
That works. Okay,
Yeah,
so
21.
uh,
21 to hit with my Ray of
Math just
Frost.
breaks.
all right, 21 will get there. Yeah, you got a big old star up here.
That's my inspiration.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. All right, so give me some damage here.
I'll take 4 cold.
4 more cold damage. You
There'll be
guys are
4 more?
continuing to pummel this guy, death by 1,000 cuts, and you guys, Roscoe, you see again that same blaze of cold just streak over, crackling along the orc and its leather armors. That brings us to Dr. Hill.
Boys, we gotta finish this up real quick. Like they're going after the diplomat.
I
I
know, right? We
will-
gotta get him.
Bonus action to move my hunter's mark, and I will whip that orc. Whip it real good.
Yeah, where is the diplomat? I don't see his token.
You will see.
This is the corpse token.
It's the corpse
We
token.
just-
So he takes 10 from my whip.
He takes 10 damage from your whip. Oh God. Okay, just because I want to see how you describe your killing blow with a whip attack against the back of an orc while he's engaged in combat. Please give me your killing blow.
Oh, so he swings it around his head a couple times and then just whips it out, wraps it right around his neck, and then jerks it, snapping his neck.
Oh,
Nice.
golly. Okay, do you want to move?
Oh yeah, I actually do want to move. I want to. Let's see. Come here, come to Papa. I'm actually heading back towards the wagon.
Yeah, okay.
They seem to have that under control.
We got this one, cuz. You go handle those others.
And at this point, we see this guy is going to 1 second here. Okay, so this orc is going to, feeling the last little bit of his life, he is going to turn to Roscoe and he's going to swing wildly at him. Does 17 get there?
Yep.
And he is going to slash out at you furiously for 7 points of damage. As he turns and kind of shoulders into you and slashes down low. That will bring us over to these guys. He is going to drop, and he is going to drop. And that brings us to Roscoe.
All right. So I don't like the fact this guy just hit me. So it's time to balance the scales of justice. God damn it.
He's not long for this world.
And there we go. I'm sure that
18 is absolutely going to get there.
That might do it after he slashes me for 4 damage.
Big 4.
Do you have another attack?
I mean, yeah,
justice
sure.
Points.
I'm asking.
I'll use one more, my last key point, and do. I'm flanking, so it's a 13 to hit.
That is.
Boom.
That is.
So yeah, he slashes me
Best
across
roll
the
ever.
chest, and I just like pop him in the side of the knee to drop him down, and as he's falling down, just uppercut him in the jaw and just crack his jaw as he like falls to the side.
And he kind of slumps down with a heavy thump into the ground.
And then with a flourish, I'll whip my sword back up on my shoulder and move
Give me a perception check, Roscoe.
Okay.
And yeah, give me a perception check, Roscoe.
7.
Okay. That brings us. Do you want to move?
Yeah. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna move up here to support my cuz.
That will bring us back around to Grindlebrew.
Oh, is anyone hurt at all? Anyone good?
Oh,
Anyone
Yeah. Shots.
All right,
Think
let's
that's been worse.
move over here. My move, and that's I guess we can bonus action. In fact, we might as well just cure wounds you, right? So what's cure wounds? D8
plus mod.
D8 plus mod. Let's just roll that. Plus 2 to this, so 6, and I think you get an extra 1 hit point because I'm life domain cleric.
Oh shit.
And whenever I spend a first level spell slot, I think it's 1. I don't have the number on me right now.
We have a real healer this.
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
You're gonna do it
So
that.
7
Who was that
points
on?
To
The one time we don't have
to
a
the doctor.
barbarian.
To Dr. Hill. So 7 back to. There you go, mate. That'll help you feel better again. The love ring just like pumps out its love, and Grindlebrew cries a little.
Thanks there, mate.
It was meant for her, but it's fine. And that is the.
Roscoe will look around and be like, okay.
And bonus action, I'll move my spiritual weapon up to where I am as well.
Okay. And you notice as you're kind of turning and assessing the field, you kind of feel that adrenaline still pumping in you of like, okay, who can I help? How, I've got to help. You're hollering out. You still notice the 2 orcs up top kind of just sitting on their horses, just kind of, the horses are kind of rocking back and forth a little bit, and they're just casually looking down, watching. They're not even completely facing you guys, as that's how casual it is.
Have they drawn weapons?
They have not drawn weapons.
What are you doing?
That brings us to Huell.
Well, I keep finding myself getting left behind all the time. I think I'm going to have to get a spell to make up for that or something. But right now, let me tell you, I'm going to go right over here. I think I'm just going to dash, stick with my friends and my cousins. That's where he'll end up.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do?
That's my action. No, there's nothing else I wanted to do.
Okay, Dr. Hill.
All right. I would like, orcs are my favorite enemy, or my area of study. Can I assess or some kind of insight to try and figure out what they're up to?
This is clearly an ambush or perhaps a raid, but they're losing. As
Well,
far
I
as
mean, more specifically, the two that are observing.
What would you? I'm trying to figure out what you might be able to discern before I have you roll. Give me a second here. Let me think. Yeah, sure. Give me a. I tell you what, give me a check here. Give me a what is it?
Insight,
Intelligence check. Yeah. Give me an
right.
insight.
It's not gonna do anything. 10. It's average.
I mean, nothing that you probably couldn't discern anyways. And as
Yeah.
far as the one that is hooded with the staff is clearly some form of caster, perhaps even the origin of the fireball, but nothing really in particular. You don't know anything addition about why these two are just watching.
All right. So the next thing I'd like to attempt is to use my whip to, latch on to something on top of the wagon and pull myself up.
Yeah, I'll allow it. That's fine.
Can I get an advantage on an athletics check?
I will let you whip up and jump atop this as a move action.
Okay,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you don't need a roll. I'll just think that that's cool and that's a thing you can do.
All right, so I'm up here. He's in range. So I guess I will use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark in him, and he can taste the lash.
Give it to me, man.
All right.
Oh,
I had the advantage clicked by accident, but it doesn't matter. It would have been a 1 and then a 2. The halfling 1. So my whip whips out and snaps in the air.
yeah. You absolutely. You think, okay, this will be cool. Let me get advantage and like height advantage. You hop up on top of the wagon, kind of hurl yourself up. As you are unfurling your whip, it kind of gets stuck a little bit more than you realize, and you aren't able to get a clean strike down on this orc. And that brings us over to him, who is going to come over here and try to engage on this guard. And the guard is more than prepared. And the guard turns and retaliates against him, eliminating this last orc. At this point, you guys can kind of see and hear from the top of the hill, Brakonda Singa! And this big horn blow comes out over the sound of this kind of field and this hill that you are. And you guys at this point can see a wave of orcs coming down over the hill and trying to close in from both in front of you where this trail is coming and from behind.
Okay.
Dave, you speak Orcish, yes?
I do.
In essence, what you heard, a rough translation of, is kill them all, bring me their heads.
Well, boys, we might be there fucked about now.
Time to go, I think. Time to run.
Are the orcs mounted or on foot?
The orcs that are coming in over the hill are all on foot. They're not mounted, but they're kind of lining up atop this hill. And I'm trying to grab orc tokens here right now to give you a sense of where they're coming from. So they're basically coming in from atop this hill up here. Whoops.
Lads, get on the wagon.
Yeah. Where's the diplomat?
You do not see him, but he was riding in the wagon that you guys were in.
Maybe we should get on that wagon. I go. Because that one is pretty dead.
We need to get out of here right now.
At this point, somebody give me, you guys can all give me a perception check, because I want to kind of explain the path that you guys have been riding on the last few days from Westbury to Dawncross. And you guys know that you're close to riding along the river. So you know that at this point, the river is kind of to the south of you to where you are headed.
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah.
It's
Nothing.
hard to be perceptive from this height.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, apparently you guys, it's really hard to see through the trees.
It's my old eyes. I need glasses.
And give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull up some orcs here for you. Just so you guys can see them.
I think I got the mental picture. I've seen enough.
Yeah. What about this guard in front of us? Is he gonna go out like a hero, or is he gonna hightail it?
He is not doing anything at the moment. He's kind of looks to be almost frozen.
You better get on this wagon. You're gonna get left behind. They're gonna take your head and everything. That's what my doctor cousin said.
And so here's kind of what you guys are seeing is that they are literally kind of like closing in around you in a shell shape. Does this make more sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, that's a bit too clear, to be honest. I liked that when they weren't there.
So to kind of keep things a little bit in order, I'll start with Roscoe, but we're not really going to be in initiative unless we need to be in initiative. Roscoe, you're kind of the next one getting ready to go. What do you want to do first? Are you guys all hopping in the wagon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hop in the wagon and yell for the guard to you better come on with us. We're gonna get out of here because court's adjourned.
Hold the line.
And I think we should just like try to burst straight through them to the west.
Do you do divorces?
Agreed. If I have an action, I'm gonna this one down here, the southern west. I don't have a token name for him, but like that last one there, I might hideous laughter him.
Okay.
Whisper a little secret about an alternate reality I saw.
So everybody is hopping on the wagon and trying to ride out of here, pass through the orcs. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So that brings us over to. Let's do this. I'm going to clear out the tracker. And let's do a fresh round of initiative, please. So, and as the guard's basically going to run and just immediately just jump on and try to climb up here.
That's 20.
So I think for the my unconscious, I think it's a toggle you have to use in the combat tracker on Huell's. I think it's working.
Affects unconscious. I don't see a toggle there, buddy. Neutral, hostile. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
No worries.
I mean, I could see it.
Hey, 20 from Huell. 20's initiative.
Try 22, mate.
Just like old times.
Okay, and that's going to put them at a... All right, so we've got a new order of, I guess, Grindlebrew.
Oh, I'm fast, I am.
Yeah, that's twice now, buddy.
That came out really well.
You just on it like lickety split, son. I just don't know what you're going to do.
I'm very scared, very, very scared.
Braso and Roscoe. It is literally the exact same fucking order.
It is, isn't it? Where do you...
Everybody the exact same fucking order. Okay, so as these guys, all right, so at this point, who is driving? I know Grindlebrew's in the wagon, but you're not driving.
If I'm first to go, then I guess I jump on the reins.
Okay.
Does anyone have animal handling?
Yep.
Or sorry, not animal handling, but vehicle driving?
I am not bad at handling animals. Let me just say I've been married for a very long time, and I think I might be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the reins. Do you want me to roll animal handling or something?
Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me. I just want to see how fast you guys can get these things going.
That's an 11.
Okay.
I need to try whipping them.
So, and I'm not going to be able to really move these. We're going to kind of go into a more theater of the mind here at this point because
Sure.
I'm not moving. These things are on different layers here, and I think it's just cooler theater of the mind. So, absolutely. So you jump atop and then whoosh, you whip these horses into shape, and they kick off and start hauling ass, if you will, towards these orcs. At this point, you guys can see just a rain of javelins coming in towards this wagon. So I'm going to get, let's do this here. You guys, you're riding fast. I'm going to say because of the height, that you guys are going to be, because you are so small and you are so high up, that these are actually going to be made at disadvantage against you guys. So let's do it like this. I'm going to do 2 attacks against whoever's up north each. So Roscoe is going to take 2 of these javelins.
Okay.
I have a 4, which is not going to get there. and a
Great
5, so a total of 10. Neither one of those are going to get there. I've got 2 against Dr. Huell, which I'm really worried about. I have a 19, so 24. Is that going to get there?
Oh yeah, just barely.
For 8 points of damage.
All right.
And then I've got another one for a 17. Is that going to get there?
Oh yeah, it is.
Oof.
For another 7 points of damage.
Oh, I'm looking bad, boys. I'm bleeding all over the place.
Okay,
Just
Grindlebrew.
lay down, cuz.
Grindlebrew, because you're on the reins, I'm going to assume that you do not have your shield up.
Yeah, that's true. I got.
All right, and you've only got a natural 1 against you, so that is not a problem. And then, of course, we've got one last javelin against Huell here for a 12, which I assume 12 does not get there.
15 AC.
15 AC. Okay. So yeah, you guys go kind of bursting through this initial line, but at the same time, you guys are hearing a and you're turning back to see another fireball lurching your way. It explodes, boom, next to the wagon. It does not make contact with the wagon. It goes wide. But you do see that the shaman is now in full pursuit of you, along with the other orc that were atop the hill. That brings us over to Huell.
Are there any orcs directly in front of us?
You guys have not broken
in that case, Huell is going to taking as much cover as he can. Are there like duck boards or like sideboards that you can kind of?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's not just totally flat up top. It is, kind of like where they could put luggage and tie it down and stuff like that without it sliding off.
Then he is going to, if there's one ahead of us, he's just going to attack it. He's gonna.
Fire off, man.
Yeah, here we go. I don't know. It's still making me roll with this. I got 13. 13 would have hit even with this.
13 would have hit. Absolutely.
And then that's an 8 cold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really sucks to keep dropping 20s with it too.
I know.
I know, right? It's so. I'm assuming it's because I enlisted as unconscious that it's making me roll with disadvantage.
We'll get it. Dude, buddy, I swear to God, if I knew how to just turn it off, I fucking would. So let me. I can see the effect right there. I just can't figure out how to get the actual unconscious off.
I get Doug.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Where's Fantasy Grounds College?
I know, right? Whenever you need them, they're gonna be like, here's what's gonna happen in my email. Oh my God, Cody, I can't believe you didn't know.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, absolutely. You fire off, and the orc gets blasted with this ray of frost. I assume you're not going to move. That brings us over to Dr. Huell.
All right, I am going to expend my last cure spell because I cannot take another hit like that, and that'll give me 5 back.
Roscoe.
Okay, let's see. I am going to. How far away are we from the nearest orc?
You have, 2 in front of you at this point that are probably, not very far out, maybe 30 feet. And then you have a pursuing set of orcs that are, that have charged down the hill that are riding after you. They're going faster than you guys because you're in a wagon.
Okay, I was going to throw a dart, so I just want to know if they were within 20 feet or not.
Yeah, I would say absolutely. You can wait 10 more feet and throw your dart.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to hold off. And the ones that are pursuing, I'm actually going to try to, I'm going to use my Kinsai shot to get some extra damage. And I'm aiming for the horse, actually.
Okay.
I want to try to drop the horse. So 12 to hit.
Let me pull up the horse's AC. I bet it's like 12, right?
I think it's like 11 something, maybe.
Double click. I think I just have the thing pulled up and not the. They have an armor class 10. Yes. So yeah, you're gonna get there.
So that's gonna be 6 damage. So I'm trying to take its leg out.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see now which one did you shoot over at? The big burly one that basically said to kill all of you guys, or the one with the staff?
No, the one with the staff that's casting spells at us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just see something here real quick. Okay. Yeah. So you fire off and dig into the horse's flank. Grindlebrew, I don't. It's your turn. Unless you really want to do anything, you don't really need to make any checks. You've got the wagon going.
Yeah, I'm just holding on.
So you're pulling at the reins, and that brings us back over to the orcs. So they are going to close in a little bit, and they're going to fire off another fireball towards you guys and see if they can actually get there. Because I want them to make a check for this.
You're gonna have to eat a 5.
Yeah, that's not really terribly hard to make. So. Absolutely. You guys see, unfortunately, in Grindlebrew, you can see an explosion of fire. You guys ride past the last few orcs. You've broke free from that kind of enclosing orcs around you. And now an explosion of fire just bursts on the side of your right horse, sending the wagon sideways, sending the horse sideways, sending the other horse flailing. Everybody is going to go tumbling out of the wagon.
I guess I wanted to give him.
You were riding that.
If he was having to make an attack roll, I was going to give him a 5 to make that attack roll with that fireball. That's what I was saying. He eats a 5.
I'm sorry. Give it to me one more time.
I have that divine portent ability. I'm replacing his whatever roll he's using to take a fireball. I'm giving him a 5 that he rolled for that with my remaining divine portent.
Okay, then cool. Then he's he's not going to get there then. Never mind. So yeah, he goes to fire off, and that is not going to get there. I'm so sorry, Jim. You'll have to remind me of that a few times.
No problem. Yeah, It doesn't cost an action. Or just like I see it, I can do it twice. So
at this point, we are going to have one more javelin from this guy thrown over at Grindlebrew. I have a 19. Is that going to get there?
That'll do it.
For 7. And this is coming from the rider alongside the caster.
Grindlebrew. All right.
All right, Huell, you're up, man. You guys are pretty much free of the rest of the orcs, but you have a big problem right now with these orcs chasing you because they are just faster than you.
How close are they together?
I would say they're probably 15 feet apart from each other.
How far away are they from us?
At this point, I'd say maybe 40 feet, maybe not even 40 feet, maybe 30 feet.
All right, I'm going to cast.
They might close in on you in another round or two.
I'm casting grease under the horse with the staff. That's a DC. Let me see. That's a DC 12 dex save for the horse.
Okay. Which it's going to make.
Is difficult terrain.
Okay.
That 10-foot square that's underneath it. And then it made that. In which case, that's it for Huell.
Okay, and that brings us over to Dr. Hill. Is there anything you want to do, bud?
I'm going to pull out the crossbow, and I'm going to take a shot at the. I'm going to take a shot at the horse.
Yeah, give it to me.
So, I guess that it seems like a really cheap thing to do, but
yeah, kill those horses. Fuck those guys. Kill those horses.
Well,
those guys kill their horses.
I got like 11.
Yeah, you're absolutely going to get there. Which horse are you shooting?
The one that the shaman is riding.
Okay, now that one's kind of fallen behind a little bit because of the previous attack. So, with a crossbow, that wouldn't be any problem. You could still shoot that one. Yeah, no problem. You could do that.
Oh, he's going to eat 4 points of damage.
You guys are about to fucking kill this horse. It's like getting got a couple things in here. All right. And it is definitely slowing because it is an animal and it is reacting to pain. So it is absolutely 100% slowing. That brings us over to Roscoe. Is there anything else you want to do?
This guy's like right next to us, right? Like the bigger guy?
He's really close to you, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to throw a dart at him. Throw it at his horse.
Yep.
Kill those fucking horses.
I'm not even going to make you attack at disadvantage just because I think it's fun. Yeah, awesome. 20's going to get there, no problem.
That's going to be 7 damage.
I think it's just fun to murder horses, Cody.
I just think it's fun to murder horses.
Are you guys okay? Keep removing your ammunition. Yeah, absolutely. This horse though is a stallion, and it is not phased by the damage. Baby. It continues to ride hard, and you can at this point, he's riding in, and you can see him just like kind of getting angrier with the horse. He's reaching down for another javelin. He's going to come back up, and you can see him and hurl this. Getting ready to hurl this at Grindlebrew. Grindlebrew, it's your turn, actually.
Oh, okay.
Great.
I duck.
Dodge?
Yeah, I take the dodge action.
Yeah.
Yeah, dodge. I'll let you do dodge.
I'm still riding out. I'm still, my action is like steering the horses, right?
All right, so you got another javelin coming right in at you from this badass. Is 15 going to get there without the shield?
No, 17 without the shield.
17 without the shield. So absolutely, you see this hurl by. Nothing happens there. But at this point, the horse is right next to the wagon, and this guy jumps on, like literally grabs onto the side of the wagon.
I'm going, and I'm like, she can't take any more.
Huell, Huell, you're up, man. This orc is latched onto the side. And by the way, you see the shaman doing this action, getting ready to cast another spell.
Gotcha for the spell. Ooh, man, I am tempted to. I don't really want to mess with that guy. Yeah, he's gonna have to make an attack because I'm gonna make him unlucky. So this is a charisma DC 12 charisma saving throw for unluck.
Yeah, not gonna get there.
All right, so this is 3d6 psychic. He's got disadvantage on his next attack, and I'm going to give advantage to Roscoe.
To Roscoe.
And that's 14 psychic damage as I just like twist the strands of fate and send a psychic attack at his mind, cursing him with unluck.
He picked a bad day to quit drinking.
Absolutely. And you can see him just kind of fighting, almost lets go handhold that he has atop.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the crossbow and go over and stab him in his hand.
That is a pretty good fucking plan of action, if I do say so myself.
I'm sorry, sir. You don't have passage on this here ride.
17 is gonna get there.
All right. All these weapons. I gotta find the right one. All right. 9.
You just reach over, react quickly, and just and stab, and you can hear him. And by the time you go to pull your dagger back for another attack, his hand releases, and he rolls alongside of the wagon as well. And everything is looking cheery for you guys until you see another burst of fire blow up ahead of you guys, aimed again at the exact same target it has always been aimed at, back at the horses. And this time it finds its mark. So you guys do hear an explosion of fire, a char from the side of the horses. They give off a whine. And I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 11. Oh, look at that 4.
There's the 4.
There's the 4.
Oh, did mine not roll? Shit. Damn it, I rolled the first time and it was 10. DC 10, right?
All right, so it's this or half this. 4 or 2 for bludgeoning. But the good news is this. You guys have created some separation from yourselves. You look back, and there are no orcs around you as far as that main group that was encompassing to kill you. The chief, or whoever the big orc that was chasing you on the horse is, he is injured and is several, tens of yards back, probably 30, 40 yards back. And the shaman is even farther back from that. At this point, you guys can see a little tiny side path here in the forest, or you can continue going down the main path. The side path will, however, lead you to the river. Or you could go north, but it's just into the trees.
And north was where the orcs were attacking from?
North is where the orcs were attacking from. You do know that the river will obviously continue up the river because you guys are going the other direction. We'll go up the river to Dawncross. Or you can go back. So that's or you can try to go forward, but you've got the trail in front of you.
As much as I love to float the river, we can't just enjoy ourselves if we go down there, guys.
Well, no, I mean, the key is survival. And when surviving, find a river.
Well, there you go.
That's what they say. I've heard that before.
Civilization
We
follows.
check on this, sir. Diplomat.
I need a decision, guys. What's going on?
Going
River.
south.
South.
Diplomat.
River.
Everybody,
Diplomat? Is there a diplomat in our car?
the
I thought
diplomat
diplomat was roasted
was
with the
in
first
the
fireball.
original wagon.
Oh,
Original explosion.
never mind. Fuck that guy.
I'm curious what's happened to our guard.
Your
friends.
guard is still here.
What's his name?
His name is Tevin.
We should probably wait a little bit before we go naming him.
Right. Exactly. No, River. I think River.
I'm thinking River too.
You guys want to head down to the river? All right. So you guys,
Side.
give me. I'm trying to think here. Give me some stealth checks as you try to slink off into the forest, or are you just hauling ass?
I think just hauling ass.
I think
a
for right
while-
now, we should
for a
haul
while
ass.
at least. Yeah.
Okay, no
Eventually
problem.
we'll
You
do
guys
that.
go tearing off through the woods. Tevin is desperately trying to keep up with you guys. He's taken a pretty significant injury, but because you're halflings, he's pretty much able to keep stride for stride with you, even though he's kind of going. He's a little bit staggered at this point.
And since
And-
I'm a little quicker, I'm going to go ahead and scout ahead.
Roscoe, you're able to break free the fastest, and you are easily able. Give me some perception checks, buddy.
Okay.
A natural 1.
Oh, well, hang on a second. Let me roll that again.
A
God damn
natural
it.
1.
That's what you
That
get when you
sucks.
boast.
You deserve that.
That sucks.
I've been gloating about that all night.
Yeah. Thank you, Fancy Grounds.
Fantasy Grounds. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, you're pretty much filled with adrenaline at this point, and you're not able to catch a lot of details as the trees are brushing past you. You continue to head down, and soon all of you can hear the sound of rushing water.
All right.
But there's a slight problem, Roscoe, as you're the first one kind of out of the brush to get a full view of the river. The
Okay.
problem being is the elevation here as you get closer to the mountains. And as you look down, there is an 80-foot drop down into the river.
Oh, boy. Well, halflings aren't fond of heights by nature. So I'll wait for the, and looking like, since we headed south, looking east and west, does it look like the elevation changes?
Not much. It does slope down some if you go kind of back towards the direction that you were coming from.
Yeah, that doesn't really help. Because we need to be going west, yes? Okay. Well, I'll wait for them to catch up and before we decide what we want to do.
As the rest of you guys kind of come through the brush, Roscoe, you hear a voice. Over here. And as you turn to look back towards the river, it almost looks like the head is sticking up from the river.
Like
And-
down in the...
As you kind of get close to the edge, you realize that it's almost like an optical illusion. There's a small pathway down into like a little side face of the cliff, almost like you could just disappear down the side of the cliff. And as you kind of like walk over, you see this human you're looking down the side of the cliff, and you see the human tuck back in almost like a little cave or something along those lines.
Oh, looks like there's a path and a cave.
Oh,
And kind
yeah.
of look down and try to find like the entrance to the path, like onto the cliffside.
I like
Yeah,
caves.
absolutely. You can spot it easily now that it's been shown to you, but even you realize, man, that's really hidden. Like,
Mhm.
damn.
Well, what do y'all think?
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
really sure who
Choice.
the hell goes there.
I think there's a lot of orcs behind us, and we need to do something.
That
We
is
need to
true.
get
I say
outta
we go
here.
down the path.
It's good points.
He didn't have to
Path
show us.
path leads down to the river. Otherwise, I was going to suggest something, but if there's a path down, then we just take that. Yeah.
They're only good suggestions. It's a safe place,
You guys can hear from the distance.
except for the orcs.
Ooh.
It's a
Okay, I'm
great
gonna start heading down the
horn
path.
They have got a great horn, don't they? That's a nice one.
Very nice horn. I
Oh,
wish I had
the
something.
brass
like
the
it.
brass section of orcish symphonies are always the best.
Always good.
French horns. All right, so you guys,
percussion.
so you head down, Roscoe, and as you turn, you see that there's just a small cave, nothing fancy. You can't see the back of it or any reason like that, but it's dark and it's giving off kind of this cool vapory feel, almost like the nearby water, river, or whatever is kind of, maybe there's some extra water inside or whatever.
Is this down by the river or is it?
No. It's much higher. It's it's probably 20 feet down from the cliff top
Okay.
and 60 feet up from the cliff bottom,
From the cliff bottom.
from the
Okay.
riverbed.
And if looking down from where the entrance of the cave, it's like straight down and then rushing water.
Yeah, pretty close. Yes, there's a little bit of an embankment of an Iraqi embankment, kind of just naturally formed as this river has flowed down from the streams of the mountain and kind of formed this little mini canyon.
Okay. What's in this cave, cuz?
I don't know.
I like
And it,
caves. I can go first if you want. I'm at home in them.
Oh, well.
I think that's probably the best idea.
I
You're a
lived
little
800
banged up there, though, Grindle.
I'm alright for the most part. But I lived 800 years in a cave, so
Well, that's quite a long time, I gotta say.
Them dwarf eyes are good at seeing in the dark too.
Yeah, I was gonna strike up a torch, but
it's right.
after we got in.
Sky
I'll
is
just
very
hold
big out here, and I like a stony ceiling above my head, so.
Oh, you're one of them agoraphobics.
Waterphobic.
Don't worry about it.
It's
You don't like to see the sight of gore.
gore. It's agoraphobe. It's agoraphobe.
I don't
what's
like
in the
blood.
back? What's in the back of this cave? And where's this human that's just ahead?
You guys don't see any person. You guys didn't hear any person either. It's just Roscoe that actually heard. Down here.
Roscoe, how'd you find this cave, Roscoe?
Somebody said down here, and I looked over
Why you trust them? Who are they?
because they're not orcs, and they could have just
don't-
left us.
I don't
Could be.
see anyone around
Could have
here.
been an orc.
Could've been worse.
It could be a trap.
Could be a half orc.
Could be a half
Sometimes
trap.
look like a half trap. Yeah.
Half orc, half trap.
What are you seeing here, Grindle?
All disaster.
I take a look around, Cody. With my
So
dwarven
how-
eyes?
So so when you guys look into the cave with your dwarven eyes, you can see it basically, it just is a dark, damp cave, kind of does a little bend around to the right side.
It's real nice. It's nice and dank, nice and dark in here. Hey, you got to really carve out a place for yourself around here. It goes to the right up there. I see we just stay here. You know, give it 100
about-
years or so, and they'll pass by.
I'm gonna take out.
Well,
Huell reaches into his vestments and pulls out a rat who's been hiding in his pocket. He says, Fenris, I need you to just stay in here real quick and just keep an eye on things while we go around. And he puts his familiar down on the ground.
At this point, you guys are hearing kind of like muffled, kind of up on the cliffside. And you're kind of hearing the orcs chatter up top.
Some kind of rap concert going on up there. Oh, it's the orcs.
I'm moving into the cave.
Head through. I'll lead the
Yeah.
way. Nice and
yeah,
quiet.
well, go ahead and move on in.
Put my hand against the wall so I can kind of feel where things are. Not lighting anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out a torch and my flint and steel, but not light a torch yet.
You're gonna wait till you kind of get around the corner and all that stuff before you maybe actually light something. Yeah, no problem. So you guys continue to move a little bit further into the cave, and as you guys make a turn around the bend, you see in front of you a man that has been, in essence, stoned, right? It's a stone man. And the reason I say that it's not a statue is because it very much looks like this man has been embedded into the side of this large pillar in front of you. Looking back you do not see the cave, the light from the cave that you just came from. But instead, the entirety of the cave that you're now in, even behind you, has taken on this dark, bluish, gray, damp, depressing feel.
What the hell is going on?
I am so sorry
What'd you do?
for the deception.
Oh.
It is not lost on me of the irony. And Roscoe, give me a knowledge history check with advantage.
Knowledge history with advantage.
And I would say, Braso, you can give me a history check without advantage, and Huell, you can give me a history check without advantage. Grindlebrew, you probably wouldn't make one.
Sounds a bit like my granddad.
Grindlebrew, fuck you.
Sorry, buddy.
You're a dwarf. Get
You were
fucked.
living in a cave when all this happened.
Yeah, he's literally.
Yeah,
this is the first time he's ever left his home.
It's been 850 years.
It's been
in a cave,
850
man.
years in that cave.
Yeah.
15.
So, Roscoe, you notice that there is something familiar about this figure, this man, and you realize it's not a man; it's a halfling. It's a halfling in front of you, and there's something about his face that looks you just can't place it. Where have you seen this face before? And the same goes for you, Huell. Whereas you've actually visited Roscoe before during some of his trainings, but something about this is familiar. You're trying to think. Where have I seen this before?
I know you.
But Dr. Hill, you recognize this facial hair being very distinctive with this particular tri-braid for this particular halfling and flat top buzz cut, if you will, that almost looks like a sword was raked across evenly. And so even though this is a statue, this is a stone moving statue, stone golem type man, the features of him are so distinctive that you recognize this halfling as a halfling you've seen many times in books of Mason Treadwell.
Cousin, I reckon that there is that famous halfling. You know the one.
Famous? What do you mean? Which famous?
Treadwell. You remember Treadwell, don't you?
And like you see Roscoe just kind of like shudder a bit.
Oh.
Famous,
Well.
it seems.
Keeper Treadwell?
Yes, that is me.
Oh,
And
master.
I am in grave need.
Need a grave.
And you can
Well.
see as you kind of follow along his shoulder blades and his body, you see that his arms are almost like embedded into the side of this rock.
First off, there's a whole mess of orcs up top that gonna find us eventually. And second off, what happened to you?
I have been imprisoned, and I do not expect your orcs to be following you
Well, that's a neat trick I'd love to learn.
here. You have left the mortal realm and now find yourselves in the Shadow Vale.
Sounds nice.
Really now?
Nice and chilly, maybe in the summer. Cool shade.
I have been imprisoned here for centuries.
It's commitment.
While
She said
Treadwell's
forever.
talking, it's all right, Grindel. While Treadwell's talking, as soon as he says Shadow Vale, Huell sits down, finds a spot that's not too damp, and pulls out his book, and it's got he busts out like a bowl and a feather and a bell and like all these sort of things, and he's gonna ritual cast detect magic to see what's going on around here.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you're gonna take a few minutes to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So he basically continues on, and he's just like, he is continuing to address you very specifically, Roscoe. His eyes are locked in on you. He is glancing occasionally at the others, but he continues to turn back towards you every time. I have been waiting for anyone to come near from the Blue Gardens.
Oh my.
So long.
Well, I'm here. What would you have me do? How can I free you?
It is a cruel, twisted fate that the great sword, Lawbringer, my key to freedom, be so close and yet unobtainable to me.
Can I? Let me be your arms. Let me free you. What do I need to do?
It is great. It is great. Great to hear that you are so eager to help me. I need you to retrieve my sword, and it will return my form prior to this evil curse that has been laden upon me.
Well, and you'll see Roscoe kind of pull out a map. Like, does this mean anything?
You have found the map. Of course.
Yes, it's my life's goal.
You are standing in the temple of the Blue Rose. But it has been corrupted and pulled in to the Vale of Shadow by Gregor, the Shadow King. I followed him back here and defeated him, but not before he laid his trap, and laid it well.
I knew there was a trap.
Tell me, does the scabbard still be kept safe in the Blue Garden?
Well, yes. I mean, it was stolen, and I recovered it. I was framed, actually, but I recovered it and I returned it with the thief, and I earned my keeper status. But I admit I kept the map when I saw it because I thought I could be the one to bring it back.
Do not be ashamed, child. Tell me, what is your name?
I'm Keeper Roscoe Threestone, and I'm at your service, sir.
Roscoe? And he kind of looks over to the chamber to the side, and you realize the cave continues on. The temple has been sealed and only can be opened with blood of the Blue Garden. A true keeper. Will you retrieve this sword and release me from this cruel fate?
Well, turn and kind of look at my compatriots.
Sounds bad. I mean, yeah, I can help. I mean, that sounds like what people do, you know, go on quests and stuff.
Yeah.
If I come back to the university with this find, they'll put my names in the halls forever.
If any of you guys are from Westbury, you'll all have heard of Lawbringer, the famed sword up in kept in the Blue Garden, of course. The scabbard is the only thing that remains of the sword. The sword was lost centuries ago, and nobody knows what happened to it.
Yeah, Huell's from somewhere outside of Westbury was the big city to wherever it is Huell grew up.
And that is a little bit of a stretch, but that really shows you how far out in the wilds
He's from the sticks.
Leave it to the Texas guy to play with the hick accent.
Oh man, come on now.
Come on now.
You will find a great challenge, not in the foes that you will fight or face or challenges, but their faces. These are my honor guard, and they have been corrupted by the Shadow King as part of the curse.
Oh, my
Roscoe,
God.
3 Stone, you will have to lay bare keepers themselves in order to release them from their imprisonment.
Sounds bad, Roscoe.
So there's no other way?
There is no other way.
Are we stuck here?
You are not stuck here. And he points in the other direction to the cave. That way will lead you out and into the Shadow Veil. I apologize for the deception. It shames me.
Don't think
But
anything
I
of it.
had no other choice.
Everybody lies every now and then.
Only because he did deceive us a little bit when he says that. Roscoe's gonna just kind of if I can do a quick insight, just to
Yeah, sure.
use my honed senses as a keeper.
White lies are fine, but vows should be forever.
Yeah,
Grindle,
it's,
you all right, Grindle?
I mean, you're listening
Grindle.
to his words, and you almost want to believe it, right?
Right.
You have the map. The map came from the scabbard. The map was in this area. Here is a guy that looks exactly like all the text and history books claiming to be Treadwell, who is saying that the sword, which again, you pulled the map from the scabbard, is nearby. And this is in fact the temple, or the Blue Rose, Temple of the Blue Rose. And so for all intents and purposes, yeah, you're like, man, that's really weird that you would deceive us. But you believe him. I mean, it all looks like all the signs are pointing like, yeah, dude, this makes sense.
How long has the sword been missing?
It's been missing centuries.
Many of halfling have quested for it. Some never to come back. Others come back broken, poor.
Well, out of the frying pan into the fire. But I like our odds.
Yeah. This missing sword has been a thorn in our side forever. I say we take the Blue Rose Temple back. If we clear up the temple, will it return to our world?
There is a great possibility that it will break the curse in completion. Yes.
Master Treadwell, after we return this sword to you and free you, will you allow me some time to write a paper or maybe a thesis?
He kind of looks over at you. Yes, of course. No problem.
Well, cousins and Grindlebrew, I think we should do it.
I don't know any of what's just happened. It sounds great though. It sounds like something I should be doing now that I'm, a free man again, and she's left, and I'm fine about that.
Grindle, I don't know who you're talking about, but if she left you, then that's her fault, because you quite a catch.
No, that's what they all said. But by the time you're 850, your best years are behind you.
That's all right. You still got some life left in you.
We just need to get you out to a big city, and we'll show you a good time.
It'd be nice. I'd like to have a good time.
Yeah.
Fine, let's go on this quest. Let's get back your sword and let's fix your temple. My friend, and I look towards the stone guy. Do you want? Your throat sounds kind of sore, and you're stocky. You probably don't have much to eat. I've got, got a bit of jerky, a couple of pumpkin seeds, maybe I want bit of chicken.
I do not hunger for anything but the release from this curse.
Oh.
Well,
I have been imprisoned here so long.
Now,
please.
Now you said that it takes the blood of a keeper from the Blue Garden to open this door. But are my friends allowed to come along?
Once the doors have been opened, they will be allowed to accompany you. It was part of the cruelty of Gregor, that blood must be shed from a keeper and only a keeper to open the doors.
You know, my wife left me for a guy named Gregor.
Oh, that's too bad. Surely not the same guy, is it?
Don't know, he was pretty devilish, if you ask me. I reckon it might have been him.
Same one.
You know, he
Well,
was all about inviting her into his shadow veil. You know, can I see a shadow veil? Can I see it underdark? You know.
Yeah, I know how that goes, but you know, I'm sorry for you.
So, Jim Davis,
Yeah.
Huell gets back a really strong enchantment vibe.
Okay. Yeah, Huell's gonna once the spell is active for as long as it is he's just gonna wander around the cave. He's like tapping on the walls with a tuning fork kind of thing, and just sort of I ain't never been to another plane before. I read about him, but I just want to see what it's like here before I stay a while. That's what he's thinking of. And occasionally he might check in with Fenris and see how his rat's doing.
So at this point, can you communicate with Fenris on another plane?
Well, I don't think so. Oh yeah, if we're on a separate plane, then no. Fenris is on his own.
All right, I tell you what, roll me an odds evens. Just roll me a dice there, Jim Davis.
Even Steven.
Okay, if it is even, then Fenris makes his way through the shift in the planes here. So he's inside this cave, just on this plane.
I'll talk to him for a minute.
At this point, you guys basically see two different directions. You can go back out in the direction kind of that you came from. He said that will take you to the rest of the Shadow Veil, or you can continue on further into the Temple of the Blue Rose.
Well, I mean,
but there's no getting out of here. We're stuck in the Shadow Veil.
I mean, until you can find a way out.
Until we can find a way out. Well,
which may not be that hard. It may be it happens at dusk, happens at twilight. You don't know. Now, I do want to make a quick note here for you guys and for you guys watching on the stream that this is my own homebrew world. So this is not the Shadow Fell from the Forgotten Realms. This will have my own twist, my own denizens, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you guys will kind of pick some of those things up when and if how this thing continues on. And just for the record, I had this planned out far before Mordenkainen's was announced.
Foam of toes.
Master Treadwell, is this location right here safe? Might we take a bit of a rest?
Yes, this should be perfectly acceptable.
I mean, it has been a couple of centuries, so, an hour probably last that.
Could be. Depends on what
it just seems too good to be true, guys.
He will go put his arm around his cousin Roscoe. Roscoe, ain't no such thing as coincidence in this life. If the river of fate brought us here, it's because we're supposed to be here.
I know. And if the guy that
There was a
imprisoned,
river.
It sure was.
we did go down a river to get here, and if this Gregor guy did imprison the great Treadwell and steal Grindlebrew's wife, I mean, that's
Probably.
Providence. That is a convergence of events.
I gotta go get her back. That's my arc.
You still need to go get her back. We'll help you win your wife back to you. This old Gregor fellow who done ran off with him and turned this guy right here to stone and did something with, what's that blue garden? Cuz I forgot about it again. Anyway, we'll open it right up.
Well, this is the Temple of the Blue Rose.
Oh.
I think you should forget about her. Move on. You need to get out there.
How can I
And meet
forget
the new
850 years of marriage?
Was it now?
You're ready.
Did y'all have
around
a
some more
prenup?
orc heads to help you forget about it?
I am ready.
Did y'all have a prenup? Was it a legal break? I mean, I can help you out. I know the law pretty well.
We're going through divorce proceedings.
But it's not finalized.
Not
It's
yet.
because you didn't like her beard. Was it the beard? I've been with several dwarf. Well, I don't kiss and tell, but I dated some dwarf women before, and I like that sideburn.
I was with her for 850 years. I liked her.
Now, Huell, you told me about Regina. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not. We can't. That's all right.
I'm sorry.
You don't kill. Right. We're cousins. Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't count amongst cousins.
It don't count amongst cousins.
I forget that rule.
Ladies and
No.
gentlemen, you can't
Grindlebrew
you
here
can't teach
is
that
blood
comedy.
is practically a cousin.
All right.
And Roscoe will strike up a torch and heat up some jerky and eat it. Contemplate.
You got jerky, Grindel?
Yeah, it's turkey jerky.
Is that pumpkin seeds I see too?
Yeah, you sprinkle them on top.
Oh.
You know, if you
man,
roast
we
them
gonna
first,
be best friends.
you know, it's best if you roast them. That way, you don't have to worry about choking because they're softer.
Yeah, more malleable.
Yeah.
I'll pass on those. I'm allergic to pumpkin seeds.
Oh.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use a hit die to heal a little bit.
Yeah, are we if this is like a short rest?
I was gonna ask, are we gonna long rest or short rest or go for the long rest? It was later.
If we're safe,
Orcs
then
might be able to long rest here.
Oh,
that would be fine.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Excuse me.
awesome.
They can't dude. There's nothing threatening you right now, unless orcs come in, miraculously phase into the Shadow Veil, which they totally fucking might.
Well,
I'll keep our
Well, let me
first
just roll
watch.
some d6s for a little bit. You'll go ahead and rest.
okay. Who's on first watch?
I'll take first.
Is it possible to go out into the other cave, like to where they might stumble in?
Yeah, I can go out there and just have a look.
Or can we go deeper in so that like this room can be the watch room? Always about.
It sounded that way because it was back that way is
Right.
another tunnel on it. Yeah.
Maybe just like go 20 or so feet in.
Yeah.
If there's a bend or something. Dun, da, da, da.
Y'all are gonna long rest, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. Oh, my hit points all came back. Woohoo!
Still unconscious.
I rested you, buddy. I don't know. I mean, like
They said that you can go in there, you have to click on the head with the icons around it, and it'll bring up every effect on me that you can toggle.
Yeah.
That's what Chad said. Long rest is great.
Perfect.
Let's see.
maybe I have it too far over and I can't see.
It could be.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, long rest.
Yep. Long rest. Heal up.
Anything happen?
Okay, there we go. Ha ha! Victory!
Victory.
We won
You won.
D&D.
You won D&D, sir.
Yep.
Very good.
Victory! Victory!
D&D points.
All right, so you guys long rested, and when you wake up, you just see this guy staring at you.
That's intense. Hey.
Maybe we should put a
I mean,
blanket over.
he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like literally stoned. So I wanted you guys to get a really good picture of this. His skin is so crackly and stoned over that it almost looks like the thick, deepening bark of an old ass oak tree. I mean, he is like stone. You don't think that he is anything that's been chiseled out. The only discernible real features is that particular distinctive tri-braided goatee.
Honestly, it's just nice to have someone to wake up to.
Well, cold breakfast is never any good way to start the day, but maybe they got something else in this Shadow Veil.
Well, considering how we ended yesterday, I'll take a cold breakfast.
In any of his notes or anything that he has, does Huell know anything about the Shadow Veil? Maybe heard anything, or
I'll leave that up to you. You know more about your character. You tell me based on his background how much he would know about the Shadow Veil.
very little, probably very little. He knows enough about magic to cast his spells, but he's not like a scholar or that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, you're not sure much. You do know that it is a semi-reflection of the world where some places reflect and some places don't. So, maybe there's some places where there's a similar city on both planes,
Gotcha.
and in other instances there's absolutely not.
Gotcha.
You also know that it is infamous for its despair.
It's a good thing that we're around because we'll keep you in good spirits. Poor Grindel.
It's just like Wistfully looking off into the middle distance.
Let's take this suicidal elderly dwarf to the plane of depression.
Gonna come back with his hair all like emo blacked out. Life is pain.
Oh god.
This is season 4.
Oh my god. All right, so guys, what are we doing here? Are we going left or are we going right?
We're going in the temple.
I mean, you don't have to. You can go explore the. It's an open-ended campaign right now.
I'm curious to know what like the beginning of the temple looks like what it's going to take to crack in there. But
sure, So, as you guys turn and start to head down to even see, hey, what is over this direction? Are you guys lighting a torch? Who's leading? Give me a little example of what all's going on.
I mean, I was gonna light a torch. I mean, it's pretty dark in here, right?
It's very dark in here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Yeah, I'll carry one as well. I may have a lantern. I'm not sure. Like a full-on.
I can cast
lantern.
a light cantrip.
Sweet.
Oh,
I have cantrips.
well, if you want to do that, that'll save on torches.
Yep.
I have a lantern that can take a light spell. Instead of lighting the candle, you can just put the light spell on the lantern.
Yeah, he just touched it with the knuckle dusters almost with his ring, and it lights up.
Cool.
God, you're like the dwarven lantern.
Yeah.
Also, you guys, when you awake, you realize Tevin is still here with you guys.
Oh, that guy.
Tevin.
Tevin is still here. His leg is bleeding pretty badly. And he can go with you guys if you guys want him to go with you, or if you want to leave him here, you guys can pretty much command to leave.
Abandon him on another plane. Tim, you should
heal.
come with us for as long as you can.
I could drop a heal on this guy if I think it would help.
A heal would be nice, thank you.
Yeah, that leg, it's not looking so good, partner.
Mm-hmm. We got a long walk to make.
Because I don't know how lucky you're feeling.
So 9 healing total.
Yeah, you can patch him up, and he's gonna be a full-on guard, static guard at this point for you guys. You guys can he can tag along as long as you'd like him to, and I'll make him a little thing later on. We'll see. All right, so Tevin is hanging out with you guys. So as you guys head down and you turn, you kind of go left further into the Temple of the Blue Rose. You guys are almost shockingly immediately you come up to the door. Like it is like right there. It is like it's like 40 feet away from where you guys came in. It is right there.
Cousin, how much of your blood we going to need to open this thing?
In front of the door are 4 stone bowls.
How big are the bowls?
The bowls, they're a bowl, like,
One of them is just
I really don't. I can't
right.
describe it's an English cereal bowl size, not an American cereal bowl size.
All right.
I understand. Better now.
I bet everybody understands.
I'm assuming that's smaller because
The speeds-
I've seen the drinks. I've seen the cup sizes in England before.
Overland speed of a European bowl.
A cereal bowl.
I think the chat wants to rename Tevin to Tad. Sorry.
Tevin, anyone ever tell you look like a
Tad.
Oh, so I am.
What's that voice from beyond the veil? So there's 4 stone bowls, presumably for the honor
and
guard,
on the door here, it's almost like it's almost a holy experience for you, Roscoe. You are seeing an ornate door with these kind of monks in these big fighting poses, wielding these swords with kind of this. It's all, it's not actually glowing, but light coming off of it and everything like that. There's atop the mountain where you remember your temple of the of Blue Garden there, and so it's kind of an homage to you at this point, that what you're seeing. But again, in front of you, you're seeing these 4 bowls, and on these little pillars, you're kind of looking up, and you can see symbols of like a sword against an arm raised up on here.
On all of them?
on all 4 of them.
And there's no difference between the symbols?
There's no difference.
Hmm.
Could be a
Cousin,
puzzle.
I swear you don't have to fill them.
Like a puzzle.
Well, I mean, Huell, cuz, you're one of those smart ones.
Yeah, well,
He's the brainy one, I can tell.
Yeah, he'll act like he knows exactly what's going on. And he just starts studying the door. Anything. I mean, if I need to, I can cast a spell at it, but I don't know. Is there any visible, discernible way to open it?
There's nothing that you see. I mean, you can give me an investigation check. If you cast detect magic on it, it absolutely 100% comes back with enchantment magic.
Okay. Then I'm going to use...
And by the way, so do the 4 pillars if you cast detect magic.
So the 4 pillars, okay. I'm going to cast adept skill before making that investigation check. So be with an extra d4.
Oh.
Roll. So that's 11 for my investigate.
Yeah, you're not finding any like, there's no notches, or you don't even see really handles on the door.
I got a 16 investigate to kind of look around, see if I notice anything different about any of these pillars or bowls.
As you look inside, you kind of like think, is there blood in here? And like you look down, there's no blood in there. There's no dry blood or anything like that either, from what you can discern. And you do notice at the very bottom of the pillars, kind of leading up through the door, is a very tiny crack in it that each of them lead from the pillar to the door. And then now that you really investigate inside the bowls, you see there's actually a tiny hole there in the very, very bottom of the basin of them.
Again, cousin, I ask how much of your blood you think is going to take to open this door.
Yeah, they said it was somebody's blood.
Yeah, but it did say it had to be of the Blue Garden. Well, let's see. And I'll go ahead and take out one of my darts and just like nick my arm and try to get it in the center, like right in the center where the hole
it goes
is.
right into the hole.
So it doesn't waste much. And just start on the far left one and like drip some blood in there.
So you drip a little blood into each one and nothing really happens. There's, what do you got? 4 or 5 drops into each one?
Sure. I mean, I'm just going to like do one and then move to the next and move to the next.
Yeah, nothing is rumbling. Nothing is glowing. Nothing is shaking and coming to life. There's no sounds that the door is emitting, and nothing is really lighting up. You're not really getting any reaction, just the calm, dead quiet of the Shadow Veil.
This place gave me the creeps.
Me too.
Well, clearly we either got to open you right up or find something else to put in here.
I don't like the former.
Maybe we can mix it with water or something.
Maybe we should ask the guy back there. He might know something about
Water.
it.
That is true.
He has been here for like a long time.
Yeah, that is true.
He
Stomp-
is
Stomp
right back
back in
that
the
way.
other room,
Yeah.
like holding my arm, like, all right, I put blood in the bowl. What the hell, man?
You did not give it enough.
Say,
It will not kill you. Only weaken you, which is its intent as part of the curse. Curse.
Curse. Got it.
so we should be serious when we start opening this thing up, because otherwise
We
we
could ask.
don't want to just
We could always ask Tevin. Tevin, what's his name?
Telvin?
Taven?
I can't tell with humans, honestly. They all look the same to me. Sound the same.
That's what I
Every
see.
time I look at him, he looks like a Nodwick to me.
He sure does look like a Nodwick.
Devin the Nodwick?
You got that one right. That's why you a doctor, smarter than all of us.
Well, cousin,
Yeah.
Perhaps
pull out
you
a
should
long
give
sword.
it more of your blood.
I can help you.
All right. Go back over and just give it some more blood. Actually,
So you're gonna give us some blood and give us some blood, and in essence, you're going to not see a reaction until you've given. Basically, you're gonna just keep giving it blood. It's kind of my understanding until you get a reaction.
yeah.
I'm just gonna slit his wrist,
okay.
essentially.
Yeah. So roll me a 1d2 for all 4 of them, and that's your total amount of damage that you're gonna take.
Okay. So that's gonna be 1 and 2 and 2 and 2. So 7.
So 7 points of damage as you really, because you're a halfling, you're
basically
really bleeding yourself out into these.
I'm basically gonna pull out the law and like just cut my arm and just start pouring it in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see it immediately start to have effect once you really get the blood going. And as it pours into the basin, you can see it start to funnel and slowly glide thick across the floor, almost like it's magically pooled. You know, like maybe you didn't give enough blood to really push the blood that fast, but it is being kind of attracted to the door. And as you see it pour out, you can kind of see the stone basin kind of turn a bright gold and fade down, and it kind of almost this warming gold color, especially here in this cold, dark, damp shadow veil. And it pulls itself into the door, and as it squirts up, you can see it covering the door and also turning it into this kind of gold, bright, warm color. And it's that it eventually gives off. And after you finish the 4th one, you hear the and the door's open.
All right, I'm gonna tie off my arm, stave the bleeding.
I'll drop a heal.
In front of you,
Spot of healing.
you see a huge room. Let me share this with you guys. Sharing and share sheet. You guys should be able to see that now.
Thank you.
All right.
Boys, this is a really huge room.
And the room, the only thing that you guys really see in here is you see these statues lining along kind of almost like a walkway up. And they are all, you can even tell from the system before you really go into the room, Roscoe, you can see that these statues are kind of these like warriors, right? They look exactly like you think they're going to look. They look like they belong to the monastic order of Blue Garden, right? Of the keepers. It looks like it is a bunch of statues of keepers.
Wow. It's
Well,
always
boys.
how I imagined.
Boys, anytime anyone wants to guard their ancient ruins, they always use statues.
Why is that?
I don't know. They just do.
Gotcha. We do
You
that
just
too.
see-
Well, we do that in our caves. I do that. I don't know why I do that now, you ask.
Is that something you always see in your studies? Cuz?
It is.
So these things gonna come to life and get us?
Or maybe they're a trap. We should be real careful, like.
Be half a
Yeah,
trap.
this
again.
place is cursed, yeah.
Could be the second half of the half trap.
That's true. 2 halves equal a whole.
True words never said.
Yeah,
3 halflings equal a whole party.
yeah, that's true as well.
Well, I had to
It's-
give you some orcs at the beginning. I mean, come on.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
grand party.
Well, he did say
Um,
that I would face his former guards, former keepers that have been corrupted. I hope
There's
these
supposed to
aren't
be
them.
4 of them.
Say that, he did.
I don't know if he said an exact number. Did he say an exact number?
Okay,
don't think
I
he
must
did.
have misheard.
He says something about his honor guard,
Yeah.
them being corrupted, and that as part of returning Lawbringer to him would hopefully end their curse as well.
It was tough to tell. He had a lot of phlegm.
Yeah.
Dry throat.
Is
Wow.
is there like a specific number typically for their order for an honor guard?
Not that I
Uh,
know of.
No, not in particular. I mean, I'm trying to think back if that's something that they would even have a specific number that you can make a roll for. No.
That's ultra
You do
cool.
know that
number
Mason-
is sick.
Mason did have an honor guard. How many numbered you don't know.
Are we coming in from the north or the south?
You guys are coming in from the south here. Okay, I haven't put you on the map because I don't know if you guys actually want to be on the map yet. You guys want to go ahead and enter into this place or not?
Yeah.
That sounds like famous.
Sounded like it's what he wanted us to do was go there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. This place is a little sketchy.
And I'll delete Huell off the map.
I mean, if you don't think it's a good idea, Huell, I won't go in either. But...
I mean, I just don't know yet. I think once we go in here, we need to know more. You know, like we don't know what's in here.
Maybe we
don't
should
know
be
what
ready
kinda-
to get back out again.
Yeah, whether this place gonna close up on us after we get in here. Took you blood to get in.
Come on.
Or-
Well, that's not true, cuz you can always just run away.
Yeah, that's true. Well, all right, Roscoe. Let's go on in. And
Thanks,
and
cuz.
as he crosses this threshold, he will cast mage armor on himself.
I got you. You're prepared. In fairness, you were warned that you would have to face Mason Treadwell's honor guard. And as you guys step in here, it's almost immediate that you see 4 kind of fade into existence. 4 of these kind of spectral, like ghost-like keepers.
I turn to Roscoe. 4. I believe the number is 4.
They are not moving towards you.
Hey,
They're just standing there.
Daring.
talk to him maybe.
I'll kind of just like take a step forward, draw out the law.
As you do that, you see the 4 of them go shing and pull out their long swords as well.
I will pull out the whip and the short sword, or I will pull out the short sword anyway.
A shield.
And I'm going to present the law and call out, I am Keeper Roscoe Threestone of the Blue Garden, and I've come to quell the taint in this temple and to return it and Lawbringer back to that of our own plane. Who would stand in front of me? Because, brothers, I do not want to strike you down, but the law stops for no one.
My cousin is mighty serious when it comes to the taint.
Yeah, I've
You
noticed.
do not see a reaction
It's like
from
that
them.
paint.
He done.
And it's he just they don't move. Seeing as how they pulled their swords out when he did, he's just gonna like put his sword back after that little speech and see what happens.
They continue to stand there.
Awesome speech. I am ready to fight.
There you go.
And I'm done now. Do you want to fight them? I don't know if we should. I mean, they're like ghosts. That might be someone's ancestors.
It could be my ancestor, for all I know.
How you want to play this, Roscoe?
Oh, call.
Well, I need to stop looking at the chat.
Yeah.
You can't casually drop the word taint and
You
then
can't.
I know you
You
can
can't.
roll your eyes.
Rookie
so
mistake.
We're gonna have
fucking
to use something else.
Anyway,
The grundle.
well, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna move forward closer to them another like 5 feet.
As you do, you see them step forward 1.
Just the first 2?
All 4 of them moved.
Ah, I see.
So, cousin, is this like a law keeper thing, or can we give you a hand?
Oh, I'd appreciate a hand here. I don't.
Alright.
We don't want to step on your toes, cousin.
No, if you
No.
want, if you want to solo this one, I mean, we could stay out of this.
No.
I think we should stay here with him, Grindlebrew. We're all in this together now.
I remember at the festival that one year with the Haystack Boys. You got mighty angry at us when we tried to help you then.
Yeah. This might
Well-
not be like that dust up though. It seems like a little different.
That was mano a mano. That was
Okay.
because they disrespected my girl.
I'll take a step
Yeah.
forwards. I'm with you.
Brothers, I don't want to do this to you, but we have to get through them. And I mean, I'm gonna move forward, drawing my sword and engage this first one, or at least
Yeah.
move to him.
Yeah, I mean, basically, that's not a problem. I actually just rolled initiative for everybody, and you came up first, anyways. Then there would be no surprise round here. So yeah, if you as you go and realize that they're not responding to you,
Thanks, Riley.
that maybe the curse has just eliminated their ability to do so. You run up and engage. What would you like to do, buddy?
Well, I'm just gonna take one punch at him first, because he's not doing this with a full heart. So I'm just gonna throw one punch and stay, and then use my reaction or my bonus action to take the dodge action.
Okay, so you're gonna throw your one punch at him. I didn't see what that rolled. Okay, that rolled.
Oh, I only
an eight.
rolled an 8. I missed.
Okay, yeah, you with one, and then that was with your bonus, right? So you are taking the dodge action.
Yeah, and with my bonus, I'm taking the dodge action, and so I also have a +2 to my AC, and they have disadvantage hit.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, so that brings us next up to. Hello, where's the little down button here? There it is. Now it's Grindlebrew. You're up,
Alright.
my man.
I bonus action cast Shield of Faith upon Roscoe.
Yep.
Granting you a +2 to your AC for the duration, as long as I can hold concentration. And then, secondly, I will cast Sacred Flame at this Corrupted Guardian number 1. It is 12 dex save he needs to make.
Let's just see this here. They've got. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to do that. That did not roll. Save. There we go. Let's do that. 16
yep.
save.
Saves the ring from the fire just kind of goes right above his head. We're just giving him warning shots.
You are warning them, Braso. Dr. Hill.
Stand aside. This doesn't have to get ugly.
I think we're a little late for that, cuz. I will. I'm going to bonus action, and I guess I'm going to go after number. I guess the one Roscoe's facing off. I'm going to give him a hand. I'm going to go Hunter's Mark on that guy.
Okay.
And
He has the mark.
He's got the mark. Absolutely.
Okay. And what else do you want to do?
I am going to. Let's see. As I interact with an action, I am going to pull out the whip. And I am going to take a swipe at him. That seems like the thing to do.
Yeah, give it to me. You crack off your whip. Are you able to land it?
That is always the question. Oh, I would
Nice.
say yes.
Wow. Okay, so
Very
drag
good.
your damage right on
Hey.
top of him. It should roll the
Whip the shit out of him, cuz.
We are with you, cousin. We're gonna free the end.
I'm sorry to do this.
Free this temple.
Right in the face.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna drop this on him. Let's see. Did it work? The map's so big.
Did not work.
Huge
All right, so that's all right. So we're gonna throw another one of these, and we also get a couple of these too. So that was a good round.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we got a total of
Nice.
8 damage against this particular guardian.
Yeah, but that was like the loudest whip crack you've ever heard.
And you can hear that it just rifles all the way through, and it's such a deadened, hollow sound coming from this particular temple, whether that has to do with how it's built and the natural ambience, or just being here in the Shadowvale. You can't really tell. That brings us over to the Guardians, who are going to turn and enact the things that they do to guard their places. And so they are all going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Dude. Okay.
Nice.
I mean, I guess that's what they do there. So yeah, we're going to have these two down here attack Dr. Hill. So give me 1 second here. We've got...
Let me shout out Riley here as well. Just donated. Is on YouTube, right? Donated $5 for the show. Appreciate it.
Woo-woo.
friend. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we had an
Thank you,
earlier
Riley.
Early one from.
Banisher of Hope.
That's the one.
Yeah, thanks guys
Yeah,
for
we
supporting the
appreciate
show.
Oh, sweet irony.
Sirs.
Appreciate the love here. So yeah, we've got an 18, which is gonna slam into you easily for 6 damage, and then we're gonna follow that up with another another 18, which is gonna get there for another 3 points of damage as these guys just continue to whirl about you, coming to life very, very quickly here, slashing over at you for 9 points of damage. And then the other 2 are going to attack at advantage because the 2 they're attacking. I got a 23, which is going to get there for
Did
a
you-
whopping...
Did you roll at disadvantage there?
I did not roll a disadvantage. Give me 1
I am
second here.
dodging.
buddy. That's right. Thank you for the reminder.
Has a boosted AC.
Yeah, don't forget that. Sure.
Yeah, the 23 is going to get there. And then so the next one, that will be for 3 slashing damage. And the next one's going to come up and try to do the same thing. An 18 and a 13. Is the 13 going to get there?
You.
Absolutely not. And so you were able to dodge out of the way of one of these and kind of like knock the blade aside, and you are pleasantly surprised to hear the cling kind of metal clang of the swords as you brush it aside to feel something tangible. But as the blade from the one in front of you kind of digs into you a little bit here and slashes across you, you can feel it almost spreading like a despairing cold over your chest. And that will bring us to Huell.
These things are ghosts.
They appear to be some form of spirit, yes.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Guardian 1, 2, 3. None of them have been hit. And
Yeah, one of them was who got cracked in the face. And that's
okay.
actually the one still north of Roscoe, number 3.
Number 3. Okay. So for number 3, then I'm going to I'm gonna draw my strands of fate together in the spell and send off a curse of unluck at it. That's a DC 12 charisma save.
Okay.
And it's going to be 11 psychic, half if they pass, and if they fail.
I got why is that a minus? Oh, I guess that is a -5. Okay.
Okay. So it's 11 psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack, and I will give Roscoe the advantage.
Having
It
used
was
a
11?
cousin is always an advantage.
Thank you, cuz.
Okay. And that brings us back around to Roscoe.
Well, I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm going to have to use the law. And I'm going to strike that one, number 3 there, with advantage.
Yeah, give it to me, man.
Do it! Do the thing! Oh well.
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
absolutely able to get through the defenses.
So that's going to be 8 to hit there. And, or I'm sorry, 8 damage.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to go ahead and follow that up with a knee to the knee. Is 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
Okay. And that's the end of my round.
Okay. And you notice something that as you make contact with this, again, solid metal hit, it strikes you as odd. It doesn't feel like you know, it doesn't feel like kind of what you were expecting. You didn't just whiff through it like it was a ghost, but it gave you like a solid metal feel resistance to it as you cling into it.
Cool.
That brings us down to Grindlebrew.
All righty then. Let's pop the spiritual weapon.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's move in here. Let's pop the spiritual weapon as a bonus action to attack on a 23.
Absolutely going to get there.
Beautiful. Let me move this over, and the damage on that is 10 10 points of damage.
And that's against number 2?
This is against Corrupted Guardian number 2, yep. And then let's whack him with the Warhammer. And I come in saying, "Don't worry, Roscoe, I got your back!" And that is, for some reason, when it... What was it? I didn't like it. There it came through. First one, 16 to hit. There it is. 16 to hit. Is that a hit?
16 to hit. What's up with that? What's up with that little 1 down there, buddy?
I accidentally rolled twice.
Okay, that's fine. We'll take the 16. 16 does not get there.
Ooh. Ouch.
Damn. All right. Then my spirit weapon is up, and that's the end of my turn.
Dr. Braso, what are we doing?
We are going to unleash the whip over top of everyone's head at the one at number 3, because that's the one I think I've marked.
That is the one. Okay.
And that's not going to do it. That's an 11.
11 is not going to get there either. You crack over the top, but you're afraid of getting too low with Roscoe. Also, you're kind of tied up with this corrupted guardian in front of you.
So then I will lash out with my short sword at the one to my right there. Oh, that's a natural 1, but I'm a halfling. So up yours.
Yeah.
That is what we call a natural halfling one.
Yeah, deserve that as well.
But the one directly in front of me, I'm going to use Horde Breaker to take an attack at him.
Hell yeah.
And that is a 16.
16 is not going to get there, buddy.
Not going to do
As
it.
these things retaliate back down at you, you kind of see them changing targets, and they are focusing down Roscoe at the moment. Roscoe, is this at a disadvantage?
No.
Oh, it's not a disadvantage. Okay.
One of them, right?
17.
One of them is at disadvantage.
Number 4 or
Okay.
no, I'm sorry, number 3.
So we're
is
gonna
it?
have we're basically gonna have these 3 on the right half attack you, and then the one right in front of Dr. Hill will continue to attack him. So that'll be a 23, which I imagine is gonna get there.
Yep.
As he digs in a little bit for 4 damage. The one directly south to him also. Finally, the last one's going to attack at disadvantage, so we have it's going to miss wildly as well. And I just saw the chat go offline.
Feel good.
So we're back
We
up.
dropped out for a second.
Yeah, I might have
Okay.
dropped out for a second now. I've dropped
I
like...
just want to make okay, cool. I
Yeah,
just want
we're
to make sure I
good.
just saw the stream drop. Yeah, so those 3 are so 2 of them are going to miss you. They're going to slash over the top of you, come back, reflect another. You duck under another one, and then this last one will turn to you, Dr. Hill, and lash back out at you. Does an 11 get there?
It does not.
It does not get there. That brings us down to Huell. It's
Huell's turn again. Goodness. Well, Huell feels like he's a bit of a bump on the log in this thing. Huell's gonna try to this number 3. He's going to move slightly and shoot at the number 3 with a ray of frost.
Yeah, give it to me, man.
I'll see if this
Yeah,
does anything good.
You got an 18.
17 is what
17 is not going to get there.
I got. All right.
As you're kind of looking over the top, trying to pick out your target, you fire off wide and to the right.
All righty. Well, I think that's it. No bonus action, and I'm just going to continue to hang back where I'm at now.
Roscoe, you are totally surrounded. What are you going to do?
Well, I am going to focus on this guardian number 3, but I'm going to use my fists and keep my sword for defense, giving me a 19 AC.
Okay.
So first one there, it's going to be a miss. Second attack is a 20 to hit. That's a hit.
That's going to get there.
Oh, it's a miracle. And he takes 6 damage.
6 more damage on number 3.
As I punch him in the ghost nuts.
You punch him in the ghost nuts and hear a loud clang and metal feel from behind this thing. You said it was 6 more, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, like I said, I'm kind of using my sword above me as a defense mechanism. But this clanging is
Yeah.
Odd.
Ghosts that clang.
I don't like this.
That is going to bring us down to Grindlebrew.
That's quick. There's Spirit Weapon and Warhammer.
Yeah, give it to me, man.
Spirit Weapon is a 15 to hit.
Not gonna get there.
Warhammer is a 21 to hit for 6 points of damage.
Okay, and that's against number 2.
Same guy, yeah, number 2.
Okay, so 6 points of damage there as well. And guys, don't forget that flanking bonus. We got high ACs here.
Well, yeah, is he not flanking with me?
No.
No, he is
Oh
not,
yeah,
sir.
if I move here, then I am. There you go.
You would be.
All right.
Yep. On that target, obviously.
Yep.
Okay, that brings us back around to Dr. Hill.
I am going to take the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I'm going at number 3 with the whip.
Ooh, that attack is going to get there. I got a 23 points of damage, or 23 attack for 4 more as it lashes back out at you.
And 17 does not hit, correct?
17 does not hit.
Okay. So Horde Breaker, so the whip again with the one directly in front of me. Oh, that was actually a 16 anyway. This is the one that gets a +1. Doesn't matter. It's not even close. And then I will try and stab him with my short sword.
Not that 4. And these guys continue to retaliate. So you see this step up here, and this step here, and this step here. And so these two are going to get their flanking bonus against Roscoe as they kind of shuffle to the side and jockey for position around, working together quietly, hauntingly quietly, away from each other. So a 7 is not going to get there. The next one's going to attack over for a 21, which I imagine will get there.
Yeah.
That's not a disadvantage, is it?
Nope.
Okay. For 7 points of slashing damage. As you turn back to 1, you see the rest of them moving, and you come back too late for your defense and too low, and it slashes across high on your arm. The next one will take a swing down here at Grindlebrew, trying to get around his shield. That 4 is obviously not going to make it there. And the last one's going to attack over at Dr. Hill for 12, which he as well is kind of keeping everything back at balance with that whip, and that will bring us back down and around to Huell.
All right, Huell's going to keep, going to move another up a little bit more, get a better shot, and takes his aim again, busts out his little wand, and he's going to like frost conjures along the edge of it as he casts this spell. And
7 is not going to get there, man.
It looked impressive anyway.
Yeah.
Now you know how I felt with my Mistwalker.
Oh, man.
It was awful. Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Roscoe, you're still in trouble, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, I am in trouble. So gonna take a swipe at number 3 here with the good old sword, and then I'm going to. So that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
18's gonna get there.
18 hits, awesome. So I'm gonna slash at him, and then fuck you, damage for 4 damage.
Get the reroll ones, right?
You cling back into him. You can feel your sword try to bite in a little bit, and you actually feel like you punctured through a bit of armor as you kind of like popped through it.
And I'm gonna yell out, "It's like, does it sound like these things have armor? I mean, they don't seem like ghosts." And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to do patient defense and impose disadvantage.
Okay. Grindlebrew, you're up, my man.
Roscoe looking pretty rough.
I'm taking some hits.
15.
I'm not quite bloodied.
15 hit points worth of damage to be healed. Sound like a good idea?
You know, it wouldn't. I wouldn't say no.
There have been worse ideas. All right.
Yeah.
Grindlebrew like puts up the ring and like fist bumps you between the one ghost and another, and you heal for 15 points damage using my my domain, and then bonus action. Not Sacred Flame, spiritual weapon rather. So hit him.
The natural 1. The party continues to struggle. Braso, you're up.
All right. Let's see. I will attempt to stab number 3. And that's not going to do it. So let's see. the one that I got flanked, unleashed the whip. That is a 21.
That is absolutely going to get there. That's against number 4.
That is number 4.
4 damage.
Lot of
Number 4. Yeah.
Another 4, and the one standing next to number 4 is not going to get there.
Man, you guys are having a hard time tonight. All right, and so now these things are going to retaliate. They're going to take an attack of opportunity from you, Roscoe, if you can use your reaction.
Yeah, I would definitely do
Yes,
that.
I can.
Oh, look
There
at
it
that.
is.
Natural 20.
There it is.
Oh, wait a minute. That was not from that. I don't get an attack.
You might drop this guy. He's got 7 HP, buddy.
I don't. He was engaged with me.
Can I use
no,
that
you
roll?
don't- Oh,
I thought that was Roscoe.
I thought
jumped
that
the
was
gun.
Roscoe.
Ah!
Oh my God! Wait, halfling luck, right?
Patience. There we go.
Okay,
Ah,
can you do 7 points?
this is stressful.
Yes! Oh, look at that!
Boom.
Never turn your back to an enemy. I'll just stab him
Booyah.
in the back.
And the others will slide over here as well. This is going to take an attack of opportunity from you, Grindlebrew.
Dope. In that case, can my spiritual weapon take an attack of opportunity?
I don't think your spiritual weapon can take a reaction.
But
I feel the same way.
unless you had Warcaster, I would.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would say you could do that. Maybe.
All right, then it's nope.
Not going to get there. I'm so sorry if y'all can hear my dogs losing their fucking mind in the background. This guy's going to slide up here as well. And now they've got the honeypot train going. And so, yeah, we've got flanking against Roscoe at disadvantage. So we have 16. Would that normally hit you?
He's got that shield of faith on me right now.
So no?
No, it does not. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then we've got another attack against you, Roscoe. Would a 17 normally hit you?
Well, yeah, my AC is now 17.
Okay, so let me roll it at disadvantage. 17. So yeah, that one's going to get through.
Okay.
And that's going to deal a whopping 7 more points of short sword damage as it digs into you. And then the last one here is going to attack you, Dr. Hill, with flanking as well. So I have 12 against you. Is that going to get there?
That's gonna miss.
That's going to miss. That brings us down to Huell.
Nice try.
Good grief.
As they come over the top, they're sliding back around. Roscoe manages to clear one out of there. And by the way, as it drops to the ground before you go, Huell, you can see that as Roscoe digs in, the ghostly form falls away and an empty set of armor, cling, 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 cling,
Yeah.
rings on the ground.
Whew. That's nasty. I'd like to save old Dr. Cuz over here, but I'm not cut out for fisticuffs, Cuz, so you're just gonna have to take the whatever help I can give you. And he's gonna continue to use his soul damaging spell.
Oh, it's gonna get
22 to
there.
hit. Watch these guys have resistance to cold. This is a 1 cold.
That'll teach him.
Which number is that against?
That's against 4.
Against 4. Okay. Let me just mark that real quick, Jim Davis. All right, it has been marked. Roscoe,
My turn, eh?
you're kind of
Okay.
starting to fall into a rhythm against fighting these things now.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to turn my attentions on Guardian number 1. Let's go ahead and
Guardian
pop
number
that
1,
guy.
please.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Look at that.
baby.
There you
Woot
are.
woot.
There it is for 12 damage.
There it
First
is.
attack. And feeling the energy surge from that, I'm going to go ahead and screw it. I'll use my last key point and go ahead and do a flurry of blows on this guy.
Yeah,
So
18 gets there.
18 gets there, and I'm going to go ahead and roll my last attack. That's going to miss. Oh, well.
Holy shit! Thanks, Dawnforge Cast.
Yeah.
That's going to be
donation,
5 more
friend.
damage.
9 more damage,
Oh.
and you drop this guardian. And again, clang, 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 clang. The armor falls down to the ground with the spirit warrior. The creepy part about it is no sound, no escape, no yell, no moan of dying pain
Right.
comes from this. It just falls down into nothingness.
And then I'm going to tumble over here to flank with the good doctor and kind of yell out like, does the armor stay? on the
The
ground?
armor is still on the ground. Absolutely,
I'll
yes.
do that later.
Well, Roscoe is like staring at that quizzically, just like keepers usually don't wear armor. And he just throws that out there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
creepy.
These are supposed to be like your. They're supposed to be like you're like yourself, cuz other lawgivers.
Treadwell did say they're corrupted.
Corrupted, I bet.
Yes, armor does corrupt our talents, but I don't get that really.
That brings us.
We'll just stop him mid-combat
That brings
for a
us
minute.
back over
Anyway.
to Grindlebrew. Yeah, you're in the middle of throes of combat. The adrenaline coursing through your little halfling bodies. Your dwarvish
I got
body.
dwarven body, me. No, halfish body. All right, let's go here. Let's move my weapon with me, and let's smack him
See,
with it.
flanking is so much more interesting. And so much more
We all
interesting.
end up in perfect lines, which pleases my OCD.
It's still better.
No,
That's
I
still-
know.
You would have never moved at all if there was no flanking. Y'all would have that would have been it. That would have been the whole thing. All right.
I literally just wanted to complete this line and join the conga line.
If this is Othello, you'd flip all the coins over.
Exactly. So 15.
15 does not get there.
Fine. That is my turn because I bonus action move my spiritual weapon. So
Okay. And that brings us down to Dr. Braso Hill.
All right, bonus action, moving my mark to number 2, and I'll take a swing at him with my sword, which is a 15. Not going to do it.
15's not going to get there, man. You got another attack?
Nope, that's it.
All right, that brings us back to the corrupted guardians. They are both going to turn and focus their hatred in on you silently, lock eyes on you. I have a 15. Does that get there?
15, yeah, it does.
For 4 damage as it slashes in over the top at you. The next one just comes in low on the backside for 23 for another 6 points of damage as it cuts up and into your chest.
Remind me not to donate this year.
speaking of donations, Fainted James.
All right,
for the
James.
donation.
Appreciate it, James. Appreciate it, buddy.
Guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the
And so
halflings.
Thanks
that
for
will
the
bring
yeah.
us just because halfling can say.
Well, I was just in the middle of reading that when I was saying thanks, and I just saw he was said for halfling kin size.
No, the timing was like, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that guy said.
Huell, you're up,
Cool.
man. And you just see your cousin Braso take a couple of vicious slashes from these things.
All right. Seeing is how his, he's got he stows his wand back away and just, I hate having to do this. And he just like grips his quarterstaff and he is going to help against number 4, Grindlebrew.
Yep.
He's going to offer the help action. So next time Grindlebrew has advantage.
That is a smart move.
Thank you.
Roscoe.
All right. Roscoe, now that he is flanking, will go ahead and attack number 2. Yeah. So that's going to be a 17 to hit,
17 is not going to get there.
and follow that up with a punch and miss also.
Just wide, swing low, and these monk warrior. Even in their armor. Grindlebrew.
Hey, that's me, Grindlebrew. I get advantage on this, right?
Correct.
Right.
You get advantage and flanking.
Oh, baby.
Perhaps you could do some damage here.
Do I? Wouldn't count it.
Yeah, you went and ruined it for him.
Spiritual weapon, first of all, for 20. Dirty
Gonna
20.
get there.
Dirty 20. One of the filthiest 20s I've ever rolled. For 5 points of force damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
The spiritual weapon, by the way, I should have explained this, is a giant floating ring which punches people in the face. And then the Warhammer with advantage is not 20, baby.
Nice.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh. So 8 points of damage.
It's your turn to break some hearts, Grindle.
Oh, you're so right. You're so
Well done, Grindlebrew.
I couldn't have done it without my friend Huell.
I'm
And
here
that
for all
brings us
y'all.
down to Dr. Braso. So the one behind you is reeling. The one in front of you is reeling. What do you want to do?
All right, going at the one in front of me with the short sword first.
Yeah, you're going to get there.
Finally hit. Finally hit. All right, so that's going to be 9, 14.
Against which one?
The one between me and Roscoe.
Absolutely. Cling, 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 cling. Down to the ground.
All right, so then I don't even turn around. I just like start flinging the whip behind me.
And yeah, wildly with it. You are not going to be very terribly accurate. That brings us back over to this last guardian who is going to turn and try to attack Huell, who has closed in on him.
All right, AC
I have
15.
a 6, which is not going to get there. Huell, it is your turn.
Huell will grant, I guess, Grindel the help action again. He's just gonna like he's dodging and flanking and trying to like trip up the ghost. And...
Roscoe, what are you doing, buddy?
Roscoe will basically tumble forward in to right here to flank with Huell. And Roscoe will remember that he, because of a rules loophole, can actually wield his longsword two-handed and do D10 damage.
Because of rules.
Because of rules.
I'm not gonna bitch about it. You're not gonna hit him anyways.
I missed. And then I'll follow it up with a punch, and that's gonna be a hit.
Yeah, that'll get there.
I'll punch him right in his flank for 4 damage. Whoosh.
Roscoe, describe your killing blow, sir.
Yeah, so this thing's swinging at my cousin Huell, and I'm like, no, Huell! And I hit him in a pressure point that I learned just the day before I left, where you can strike someone in the hip and it will actually kill them. And his master told him, never use this unless you want him to. And he, right in this thing's hip as it like kind of twitches and falls over.
And as this thing falls to the ground, cling, 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 the eerie quiet of the room goes dark and deep. And from the middle of the room, you start to hear. And all the fog from the shadow veil that has seeped into this particular room fades. And it suddenly feels easier to breathe.
Nice.
And that is where we will end our very first session for Harbinger tonight.
Boom.
Woo! Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, we're done, right? We defeated the
We
Guardians.
were on the game. GG.
Some of them.
I suspect we're actually going to inadvertently free Gregor.
Yeah.
Calling
yeah,
it right now.
Oh, no.
That's
That
good call.
bastard.
Gregor is really Gregor.
It's funny because I wrote and I sent this in my backstory. Like his name was Gregor, so I was like,
Yeah, which Gregor are you going to release?
Yeah.
The philandering asshole. That's who you're going to release.
My goodness. Well, Cody,
That's
incredible work. That was
Awesome.
a lot of fun.
Thank you
Rip-roaring
much.
adventure from the start. I think we can all agree, my friends.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hey, we got a contest going on, right? Where's that link at? Is
Yes,
that
we
in
got a
the-
we got a contest
contest,
going
just talk
on.
about that.
If we had a couple people share that thing, we want to talk about that big time.
What is that?
Did you guys grab it?
By grab it, do you mean?
Change,
I grab it,
change strings and tabs. Change it.
It's definitely
Yeah,
a
this is going to
message.
be for Archania Workshop. We're going to be doing
I'll pop it up
3.
on screen now.
Yeah, okay, cool. 3 winners are going to be chosen. And of those 3 winners, give me 1 second, buddy. I'm trying to find this actual link. Here we go. Here's the Gleam contest. So I'm going to be posting this thing right now into chat. We'll post it down in the description box below. So 3 winners will be chosen anywhere in the world. And of those 3 winners, you guys can choose from the, I think it was the Cemetery Gate, the Mausoleum, or the Blacksmith's Workshop over at Archania. And so, yeah, we're going to pick out 3 winners. This contest is going to go for a couple of weeks. And yeah, enter into that bad boy. It's totally free and awesome swag from Archania. And right now, we also have a special coupon code going through the 7th, where anything that you guys order from Archania, you guys will get 10% off with coupon code SAVE or DICE. That's a coupon that you guys can use now through the 7th, I believe.
Go order that amazing fucking Orcus.
Dude, yeah. Did you see the crane set over there?
Yeah, he's got some sci-fi stuff.
Oh, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kinda want that for my Starfinder game at home. I'm not gonna lie.
Archania Workshop did the Nerdarchy sign logo that we put in a lot of our videos, and hand delivered to that. They hand delivered it to us.
I'm having trouble when I click on the link in chat. I'm getting a page you're looking for. It doesn't exist link. Just FYI.
Okay, I'm getting it pulled up.
Anybody else in chat? Click the link and see what.
Yeah, I think Bianca said the link didn't work for her.
I have 30 entries, so somebody's entering into it.
It's one person over and over again.
The link, I'm clicking the Saber Dice link and it's giving me a 404 page.
Is it so that Gleam link right there? Is that that's not working for you guys? I got through the link just fine. Ugandan Knuckles.
No, I got a.
Can you show us the way? The Facebook links work. Nice peak work for me.
Thanks, Ugandan
Go through
Knuckles.
Jim Davis.
Go through Jim Davis. Just go through
Yeah,
Jim
the first link that I posted was like a Facebook, and then it'll be a second click through, and that will get you to the thing.
Yeah, the one that I'm posting right now that says gleam.io, that's the actual contest. So
yeah, I just don't know why it's
that
not.
doesn't want to work for me.
Doesn't want to work.
So I just grabbed one. It works for me. Let's see.
Yeah, I grabbed another one.
Is it working?
I'll compose
We're getting yes works, yes doesn't work. Well, regardless, we will get nothing. We will get a working link up and going, and we will post that thing. You guys will post that here in the description box for this video, so you guys can come back to this video. Also, we'll still be running this contest next week as well. So when you guys come back, we'll have that up and going for you there as well.
Cool. And I'm going to tweet it out right now, guys.
Yeah.
If you go to the
Twitter.
It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on Facebook. We're going to blast the hell out of that thing because it's free to enter.
There you go. Beautiful. What's better than free things? Nothing.
And also, we of course, we want to give a big thank you to our other sponsors, Fantasy Grounds. Thank you, Fantasy Grounds, for putting on this awesome piece of virtual tabletop software. We've been running in Fantasy Grounds since day one. Yeah, we learn a little bit newer things every season when somebody else has to get behind the DM screen, but we love it. Everything's automated, and it's an amazing piece of software. And then, of course, all the maps that you guys saw here tonight were done in Dungeon Painter Studio, and all that shading and awesome layering was pretty nice as well. You guys can check out Dungeon Painter Studio.
Yeah, we already complimented you on it, and then you shat all over our maps, Cody. So
I know that's why.
What's up, Cody?
If our viewers would like to know what they're really getting into, my maps were made with the base software. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to download anything or purchase thing. Cody's got this whole big elaborate extra bit.
It's like four.
So
it's like
extra.
Four extra.
So
packs.
extra.
So extra.
So extra.
Talk to hand, Cody.
It costs literally $0. It costs.
That's true. There's a ton of free shit for Fantasy Grounds as well.
All right. Is there anything else we want to all say before we sign out here?
We will be back. Yes, there's one last thing. We will be back next Wednesday, but Monday, right here on youtube.com/SaberDice. Come hang out with us as we watch Unmade Gaming, Nerdarchy, Cuddle Pit, Wylock's crafting vids, and Forgotten Realms Explains, aka Dwarfdom. The PH is silent. We watched them take on Saber Dice Fury, our new Numenera game that we're launching on Monday. So guys, come check that out. Support that show as well. They've got a lot of really fantastic stuff going on for that game, and I'm really excited to watch it. And I don't have to play. I get to just enjoy it this time.
Sweet.
Yeah. Nice. So do we want to chat about our characters at any point, since we just jumped into it?
Yeah, we could do that. I tell you what, you want to take the stream down and we can pop back up for everybody. That way this can go ahead and get rendering. We could do that.
Josh,
I got some time.
You want me to stop it on this end and then just pop right back up again?
Yeah, you can just take it down here. We'll take a 5-minute break, or I mean, I kind of gotta take a quick break. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm serious. If Huell dies, I'm making a gnome. So that's just fair warning for Cody.
All right, guys. We're gonna want a quick break. We will be right back, and then we'll come right back up with the stream here in just a second. Take care, guys.
Hey everyone, we're back with another fun episode of Save or Dice, the after show. Save or Dice After Dark. Oh yeah. Oh, and everyone's moved around. That's fun. Now we've got all different names as well. That's good. Sometimes I get confused between which member of WebDM I'm talking to.
Yeah.
This is good. We've got Dave
Fun
joining
fact.
us back in it.
Yeah.
We're live, Dave. FYI.
Nice. Dave,
Don't give us your social.
put your clothes.
Glad I came down with pants on.
Just as well. Save
Oh
or
my
Dice
God,
After
Andrew.
Birth.
Andrew, we love you, buddy. We miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew was saying that, do you want him to season 4 Save or Dice? Man, looking ahead.
You know,
I'm
there's
excited.
there's some things we might let's get some things going. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like you want to ask him out. We were going to talk about characters. Pruitt, you wanted to talk about our characters because we kind of just dived right in like a fucking Olympic athlete.
You didn't like the beginning?
No, I did.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I like that. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
It was
I
very
will start right
dazzlingly deviant.
Something up.
Poor bastard Osmond.
I watched Gareth's video over on Dave's channel, and it inspired me.
I miss those Garrett videos. People love to hate him too.
He is a genius.
I don't think they get his they don't get his humor.
He's a brilliant genius.
Did you see the video where he interviews himself like 4 times?
I have not seen that, but I will be looking for that tonight.
Oh, wait a minute. No, there's one where he does an interview with himself and with 2 different Gareths, right? Which is great. But he said he has another one where he did he cloned himself like 4 times or 8 times or something ridiculous. The guy is a genius.
Before
I've had an idea to do like a video where it's like a fake stream and it's the same person in each of the overlays, and you'd have to like script it.
Yeah, the other day I found out how to clone myself like 8 times on the stream on my webcam, and I thought if I had
Nice.
another webcam set up there, I could do terrible things.
You can do a lot of fun stuff there.
So yeah, do we
Characters.
want to talk about characters?
Sure. Actually, no. I don't want to.
No.
No. I just want to sit
Nah,
and
man, we're
watch.
just here to drink.
Yeah.
Okay, so not everybody all at once. Dave, talk about talk about
Indiana
Braso.
Braso.
Professor Dr. Braso Hill. So basically, I just wanted to make Indiana Jones fun sized.
No.
When the artist is like, what does this character look like? I just said pictures of Harrison Ford. I want to fight with a whip and I want to use a short sword, and this is going to be fun.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to trust anybody who says that calls themselves Professor Doctor.
I just need to know,
trusted him.
what do I
trusted
got to
him
do to get my
implicitly.
short round?
And I want to know that's Tevin for one.
It's Tevin.
No. I think short round has got to be small, so he's got to be like a sprite.
Like a pixie or a gnome.
I'm calling it now that Tevin is going to be the big bad out of the end.
He's got to be the big.
Oh,
bad.
we totally
He's
didn't put
gonna get
Tevin in that
taken
last
over.
comment. He just stood back and didn't want to enter the temple of that first one. But he'll
Yeah.
enter into the second and third one.
He'll come
Damn
in
it,
next
Tevin.
round. Every time, Tevin.
I'm curious as to what a halfling university looks like, honestly, but maybe we'll get to see.
Smaller books.
I think he went to the big city and studied.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So,
He might think he's a little better than you guys a little bit.
Come on, I
Think about
mean,
education.
He's got education. He's got a piece of paper.
because
He
you got to
learned
remember where you
normal-sized
came
book.
from, cuz.
I'm trying to channel Clint Eastwood for a voice, but it's been rough. I think it's a couple times I slipped in the worm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got close to worm a couple times, but
Yeah. Well, because it's still like low and gravelly, but without the hissiness. So it's
yeah.
I don't know what you guys did today, but I spent today listening to John Wayne. I'm like, nah, I don't really like that sound. And Clint Eastwood. So like there was like a 9-minute video of Clint Eastwood quotes with him talking that I listened to while I was doing stuff today.
Daily affirmations. I will be like Clint.
Clint
I will be
Eastwood,
like
yeah.
Clint. Yeah.
You feel lucky,
I'm
punk?
going to start doing that every day. And all of a sudden, I won't be able to talk like myself anymore. It'll just sound like Clint Eastwood.
trapped in Clint Eastwood.
Was it, so someone asked Bianca, I think Bianca, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, asked if we were we realized that this party is all a certain size, like they're all short. Was this intentional?
No, I don't know.
No.
I don't think so, no.
We all decided to play Stoutheart halflings.
Yeah, Will ruined it.
And then a dwarf.
Ruined it, yeah.
And a dwarf. Yeah. And no, Huell has not gone to university.
I
No.
can't believe that.
I did
Yeah.
not realize that the party was all halflings until after we got back art.
I think you got the art back and you still didn't realize it.
He's like, these look the same.
Anything. I was like, you guys all fucking buying halflings? And they're like, yeah, we've been talking about characters for weeks, man. I'm just like,
Yeah,
okay.
the word was there every time.
Yeah.
A good one.
So it's just like we got to be related, and I think we kind of went with similar backstories anyway. Like we all wanted to be from big families.
Yeah, that's the other thing. is we were all like, yeah, we're all from a big family.
Yeah. Roscoe is the youngest of six children.
I think no matter where we go in Cody's world, like we're gonna run into one of our cousins.
Everyone is
so.
a distant cousin.
Because none of us have the same last name.
No, yeah.
No.
And we're all cousins.
We're
Yeah.
all cuz. Yeah. So,
See, Roscoe is Huell's second cousin, twice removed on his mother's side. For Mr. Doctor. That's right?
Yeah, well, first off, it was your great grandma's, her auntie. She had them 3 cousins, right?
Right.
And then one of them came down from Bogtown, and he set up his own branch of the clan. Then that was mine. That was my daddy's daddy. He had that, and then later on, they had the 3 cousins.
That's right. I always get that switch. Right.
Yeah, it's all right. We got that reunion coming up.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. So what about who's next? Who's going next?
I'm working on fixing the link, guys. I see that it is broken at some parts, but I don't understand why it's working sometimes and broken on others. I think maybe it's a Gleam thing that's going on right now. So I anticipate
Maybe too many people.
It might be crashing.
I think maybe
Who knows?
Gleam is having issues because
Yeah.
that's
Hackers.
the link.
Probably.
Like that's
Russian bots. It's Russian
Russian
bots.
hackers.
Russian
Oh.
actors, yep.
Did you lose a bunch of Twitter followers today, Jim Davis?
No, I didn't. I got a bunch. Though. So I'll take bots. I don't care.
just got a bunch of Twitter followers.
Yeah.
It's all cam girls and Russians.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what you
All
want,
those
man.
cam girls.
That sounds like my browser history.
That's my demographic.
Jesus Christ.
As for
I'm eating
Grindel,
Russian cookies right now. These are Russian cookies. Andrew, I'm sorry. I know that we haven't chatted in a while about it. I'm eating cookies on stream, Andrew. Thank you.
not pumpkin seeds, jeez.
It's not pumpkin seeds.
Not the
it's
Russian
delicious
pumpkin seeds.
puff pastry. I've been watching like 4 seasons of Masterclass Great British Bake Off.
Oh,
thing,
dude,
and
I
it's
love
just,
that show.
like, I love
Wait,
it.
can we
and
talk
it's
about
just-
the fact?
The music on that show is what makes it. They're
It's
all like
amazing.
they're like hitting pans all the time on the music. Dum, boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
It's so suspenseful.
It
My
really
heart
is.
rate just
Can we talk about the fact we almost have like 200 people in the chat tonight hanging out with us? That's pretty freaking cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That was
Um,
awesome.
And we're talking
Who's
about
next?
cookies. It's good stuff.
We're talking about cookies. A Viennese wheel. I have to eat one.
Let's
So-
be honest. These are never about the game. People just want to hear us chat.
No, I'll go next though because
Mm.
someone has asked about Huell. I don't know much about Huell. Huell is a work in progress, as are all my characters.
As a
He is a
person.
halfling divination wizard who at one point will have lucky. That's all I really know for certain about him.
Great.
He is he's a bit of a hayseed. He did not go to university, and he likes to live life on the move, as it were. Otherwise, you just have to watch and figure out then.
Yeah. I
on
think
the stream
you're
and shit.
figuring him out as he figures it out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Reasonable. All right. We can go around then. So, Pruitt, what about Roscoe?
Roscoe's Huell and the Doctor's cousin, and he's a Roscoe 3-stone. He's a keeper of the law, a different version of Roscoe the Barbarian that I've talked about many times on the show. Just because it was like, well, we already had a totem barbarian in one of the seasons, so we'll do a monk. And if he dies, I'll just make Roscoe the Barbarian, and we can use the same character art because they're cousins. And so, whatever. And so, he's a keeper of the law because halflings have I just imagine them having a decentralized kind of form roving justice where you have a guy come in to settle disputes and
We've got a guy for that.
yeah. And so he looks to impose the law. And so I've been working on my Judge Dredd, but with my tongue covering the back of my throat to give it kind of a high pitched whatever all day. And now my throat's really sore. So I guess I could deserve that.
Yeah.
I originally was going to go with Matthew McConaughey by Dazed and Confused and realized that there's no way I could do that. So I go to a special place for this one.
All right.
Go right back home.
Right back home.
Don't point though, man.
Hey, by the way, you guys, for this link, I think I figured out what's going on. So for some reason, it's YouTube that's like corrupting this link, and I think it's like a thing that they do to protect the live chat. So like if I'm copying the link and I'm pasting it in here, it's working. But when I click on it from the YouTube chat, it's not working. So we'll put it down in the description below because I don't even know if it's posting the whole link here in the chat. I like it. Literally looks like they're cutting it off.
Yeah, they are.
So I will post the whole thing. I promise. It will be around. It'll be on Twitter and all that stuff where you guys can enter. And I see that some people are entering it, but it's YouTube's live chat that's causing all that.
Whatever happened to freedom of speech?
Jeez.
As for Grindlebrew, I just had this really funny image of a dude who lived under a mountain, married, and just lived this like super normal life, just marital bliss his entire life for like 850 years, and then like she just left him, and it's like they're old people, and she left him for this younger dwarf, and then he just has to leave his mountain out of depression, and then he like finds these halflings, and they're the only thing that like keep him going, because otherwise he'd probably just cry himself into a hole for the rest of his life. And so he's just led along, and remarkably, the ingenue of the piece, despite being the oldest of the piece, it just struck me as a hilarious concept, and it's been fun so far. Just old, married, sad dwarf who's getting divorced. And everything's based around his
your college class.
Yeah, it's one every year.
There's one every year.
Yeah. I think he has. I think I have the spell guidance. But yeah, he's got a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
A lot of baggage.
And I guess for the chat, I am using several spells from some DM's Guild products
yes.
that I bought. So they're third-party spells that are over here that deal with luck and skill and stuff for Huell. So, and they're expensive PDFs too. So I don't expect you to go out and buy them.
Dude,
I got my. I just don't like. It's expensive. I get it, right? Like
brutal.
Like me.
I got it when it was on sale once. It's really good, but it's
Y'all
expensive.
plebs there.
I know a bunch of people talked about it in chat. They're like, "Holy shit, it's super expensive." I'm like, yeah, that's why I got it on sale.
Well, there is a Nerdarchy promo code for one bookshelf out there somewhere. If you go find our stuff, you can find it. You only get to use it once, so you better buy everything at one time.
Yeah, basically.
And you can't spend it on printed stuff. There'd be rules.
All those rules.
All right, guys, we're gonna post a Twitter link to Saber Dice. Oh, I wonder if it breaks that too. Oh, it breaks that too. How nice is that?
There must be a way to stop that. There must be a way.
Christ.
We're mods of this channel. How does
Apparently they're like, why would you send people away from YouTube? We don't want that to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all right.
All right, well, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
If you
I don't know.
follow Saber Dice Show at Saber Dice Show on Twitter, you can find the Archania giveaway link right there.
Somewheres. You can find it somewheres on the internet. We don't want to make it too easy for you guys. Actually, I tweeted it out, so if you go look on the Nerdarchy Twitter as well, there's a good link there. Might be on our Facebook page because I tweeted it.
I think it is in the main video description for the gameplay. And again, we'll reshare it. We'll reshare it. It'll be on the other because we're gonna run this contest for a few weeks, so you guys will have plenty of time to enter. But seriously, go check out their website. They've got some really dope shit over there, and I can say that because this is the After Hours show. So yeah, go check them out because the winners are gonna get their pick of those 3 packages for the blacksmith, the cemetery gates, or the mausoleum. And they're awesome. And I will.
Sweet.
Dope looking. Anything else you want to
Wow,
talk about, boys?
Grindlebrew has baggage.
He surely does. He's got a lot of baggage. Like, he doesn't have anything with him.
Baggage.
His wife is getting most of that in the divorce proceedings.
If you need a mediator, I can help out.
That'd be good,
He's been
actually.
called a geriatric edgelord.
If you.
I like that. That should be my new
Geriatric edgelord.
thing. Yeah.
No, Grindlebrew. I know you're old, so have you tried edging? Is that a normal dwarven thing?
You know, fire under the mountains a little bit.
That's all right. I think I'd probably help with that. Just
Good.
Y'all are killing me with that cousin shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't count if it's cousin.
Yeah, the timing on that moment, you can't teach that comedy. It was a look. Oh, it's beautiful.
This is
it's
gonna be a
pretty
fun season. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
Gonna be
Yeah.
fun, Cody. Good luck.
Oh, I had a great time, man. I think this will be a fun season for just being behind the screen now, man. I haven't had a chance to be behind the screen for Saber Dice yet, and so that was just like a lot of fun. It was like, oh, okay. At first, I was terrified, right? It's just like it's a D&D game, but you're still like, yeah, you want to do well. And then 5 minutes in, it's like, okay, yeah, you're just running a game for buddies like you've always been doing, and so all that kind of just that falls away very, very quickly.
Yep, all the same.
Sweet. Yeah. That's usually how it is.
It's just you and the four of us and the hundreds of thousands of people watch.
You say that like that's not
Three-quarters of that sentence is
We're
correct.
almost at 200,000 views on the channel, I think, like that.
That's
So it's
pretty
like when
good.
you think like
Nice.
200,000, if people watch just play Dungeons and Dragons 100,000 times, crazy.
It is.
Some red monster moments going on in there.
Holding on to the dazzling deviant.
The dazzling deviant and the geriatric edgelord.
I had to come up with a moniker, and I was like, I'm the Dazzling Deviant. That's what I'm going with. Welcome. I'm gonna make Will say that.
I want to know
Every
what kind of
time you
deviant he is.
I know, right?
I just
I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
I was like, I've got to
That's
come
too
up with
blue.
something to make Will that Will has to actually introduce and say.
I
every
used
time.
to.
I had to say D&D sex icon. He can say Dazzling Deviant.
I used
Come
to-
on, man. Saying D&D sex icon is fun, though.
That's fun. You like that?
like
Dazzling
that.
deviant. It makes me feel, yeah.
Dirty.
Dirty, but I like that. I used to have a thing which was, on stream donations there'd be a text to speech, and it would just like say it when the donation came through, and someone put a message in, like just to make you say the weirdest shit. There was some weird shit came through there that you can get past filters. People are inventive. I appreciate it.
I was a little sad because I didn't get to watch I didn't get to see the chat like at all tonight, and I normally like watch everything that comes through, so it was kind of a bummer. But I was like, the little bits that I didn't catch was just like they were just going nuts.
I want to throw out another thank you for all the super chats, guys. That was great tonight.
Yeah, man, that was
I
awesome.
appreciate that.
I love chatting whilst we're playing. It makes it even more fun for sure. Oh, one thing was brought up. Do we want to put like the level number somewhere on the overlay that I could just pop it up there for another week? Because a lot of people asked the level. And we
level
answered it like 10 times.
None of their goddamn business.
Oh yeah, we're level 3 at the moment. Yeah, we could do something like that.
Sure,
Pop that up on the overlay
level
where
number
we're
up.
current level,
Yeah.
current XP level.
That could be useful.
All right, guys, we'll take questions. This is when we get asked all the time. Pruitt, when are you gonna DM? When are you gonna DM Spelljammer?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What is that?
What is this? What is Spelljammer?
You coy motherfucker.
Who, me?
Bites his cookie.
When am I going to DM Spelljammer? Jim, when am I going to DM Spelljammer? I don't know.
I don't know, but I think that people should just be patient and
My mother always said good things come to those who wait. Now, I think that's because we were poor and it was a way of not buying shit for me, but I think it holds true. So
Sure.
just have patience.
I just want you to know, Pruitt, I Googled Spelljammer just now.
Yeah, it's
And
D&D in
Web,
space.
WebDM is the first video result. Just under Spelljammer. It's
What?
space.
I should hope so.
What? It better fucking be.
I should hope
So
so.
anyway, yeah, it's basically D&D and Star Trek had a baby, and it was Spelljammer. And so, yeah, I talk about it a lot. So I don't know. We'll see.
But we'll see.
Wet Sea Crackers
I missed the
wants to
chat.
know how he gets on the show.
Wet
That's
Sea
a great
Crackers.
question. You know, maybe we could do a giveaway, hopefully one that we could link to, where somebody that watches the show could be on the show for an
That'd
episode.
be pretty fun.
We got
That'd
we
be
got
great.
Guest spot.
yeah, we got space right there in that fancy grounds box. We could pop someone's face there.
Let
put it, like,
let
right
us
in
know
the
if you
middle.
Just like the eyes, you know, just
But see now,
Yeah.
here's the deal. How do we run the contest where it's random, but also like we know that they have a good camera, we know that they have a good microphone, we know that they can, like
I
Have
just
them.
think you got to roll
like,
with
how
it.
do we do it?
People got what they got.
Is it random or is it a contest where they have to submit videos?
that could
Well,
be,
I was gonna
that could be cool.
I was gonna say, if you have them just do like a 20-second video, you will have a view of what their camera looks like, what their sound is like, and see how quippy and funny they can be in 20 seconds.
All right, we're gonna work on this. We're gonna work
I like
on this.
that idea. Because I do a viewer game.
It's a
every-
quip off.
Yeah. I want a sonnet within 20 seconds. Well, I play every Thursday with a viewer game, and we just have like a Google Doc form you can fill out and stuff like that. Played over 350 people. Usually,
Sweet.
people have
Nice.
got pretty good microphones at the very least, and that's what like really comes across. Like you might have like an okayish camera, but that's kind of fine because a lot of people just listen in as well. So I think audio comes like priority. I am big pentameter, yes.
Yeah. It's like that, whatever is that scene with in Last Airbender? With the haiku off.
Like, cool. A pun contest. Now that is a
A
good idea.
pun
Oh,
contest.
they have them. There's one in Austin every year.
Yeah.
It's like 20 years old now, I think, something like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've never
That's all-
competed.
You've never been? Someone wants to know. Cody's left.
I know.
Cody-
I was gonna say that.
Cody,
He's like,
Not gonna have a fun
I'm
off.
he fucking left. Everybody.
He's out.
He's
the only
like-
questions I've seen are about XP.
He heard Last Airbender. He was out of here.
He said, fuck that. I
Fuck
hate that cartoon.
He's finished his cookie. I'm gone. I walk.
I'm out of here.
Cody Lewis, how are you doing XP? Are you doing it standard? Are you doing it milestone? Are you just making it up as you go?
I'm gonna just make it up as I go because here's the deal. In my home game, I've just started doing something, and it's really funny because I put a video out a while back about is this the best way to level up? And it's kind of this XP system where it's like it's traditional XP, but you're rewarding everybody. You're rewarding whether they're there or not, and you're rewarding them for social encounters, and it just feels like there's constant progression. And I put a video out about it. I've been using that system for a while now, and I love it. I fucking love it. And then Andrew Armstrong put out a video with a practically identical system where he labeled it fake XP. And that's actually this more or less one of those two systems. They're practically the same thing. And they're just kind of a play on the traditional XP system where everybody's getting rewarded and you can show your players, hey, yes, when you beat the social encounter, when you do something that's cool, when you achieve a quest objective, even though you're not stabbing something to death, you can progress and level up. And that's what I use in my home game. But for Saber Dice, I have to kind of stop and like award XP. And so I'm not really going to want to do that, I don't think. And I also think I'm going to probably progress you guys maybe a little bit faster than otherwise I normally would. Although tonight you certainly had a lot of opportunity to gather experience points for the group as a whole. But I think I'll probably do something where I'm just doing milestones for the show, but that's not how I normally do it in my home games, if that answers your question.
I believe it does.
Sweet.
So does that mean we level up at the end of the session? So we're
No, go fuck yourself. All right, let's go to the next question.
Such a liar. You lied.
Josiah.
I want to be on a show, but my new PC does not have a webcam. I saw Logitech C920s on sale on Amazon like last week for really cheap. And the Snowball I think the Snowball might be on sale right now for like $39, $49. It's not too expensive these days to get yourself a decent looking webcam. And like, even if you're not going 720p, you can get like even 720p camera is probably like $15, $20 for like a baseline camera. It might not be like zooming in, it might not be autofocusing, but you can get pretty good cameras cheap nowadays.
in my opinion, don't buy a webcam unless you're buying a Logitech C920. Because it's like, dude, what is it? It's like $40 for an okay webcam, or like $60 for like the webcam.
Yeah.
Will shoot 1080. And so, yeah,
They're on
get a Logitech
sale all the time as well.
When I first bought my Logitech C920 years ago, my first one, they were $129.99, and it was a big fucking purchase. And I think for Christmas, for like Black Friday, dude, they were down to like $58 or something like that for Black Friday. They are crazy cheap right now. And so, yeah, I would recommend just get a C920, and yeah, Will with the Snowball for $30, $40. I saw them for $29.99 at Sam's Club. And so you can find a deal around there for less than $100. You could have a fantastic mic and webcam and be totally set and done.
Now, that same camera, I finally had to replace it. It finally died on me, but I've used it for like 6 years, 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're good. They last a long time. Money well spent.
And you know, like, we work the shit out of hardware compared to most people as well. So, you know, if it's going to break on anyone, it's going to break on us. And I haven't had the C920 break in almost 3 years of streaming pretty much every day. You know, at least 5 days a week.
Also, real quick, don't get the C922 unless you just want to, for some reason, have the wider angle. You just don't need it. And then don't get the Brio, which is the 4K. I returned both of those. Neither one are worth the price difference from the C920. The cheapest one is the best option. I mean, it's what I'm using, and I had the others in my possession. I returned them because they're just not they're not any better than the C920.
It is the warhorse.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Was it a requirement that everyone have great facial hair this season? Yes.
No, we just always have great facial hair.
Did I tell you guys I sold my beard for $1,000 for charity? There you go.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a fake story or a real story. Like, I almost kind of believe it.
I don't know.
It's a true story.
100% true.
I played in one of those games.
No way. What?
I played in one of those games.
You can't just drop a casual thing like, I sold my beer for $1,000 and fucking not follow it up with anything.
Gotta act like you've been there before, Cody. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Sorry, I'm still in pretend.
It's like the third time he sold his beard for $1,000.
Yeah.
Right?
It might be the second. Who is my deity? Who is my deity, Cody? We talked about this before we streamed, and now I've forgotten.
You'll discover it on stream.
I'll discover my god.
The long story is that I've written my own pantheon, and right now it's up to 13 deities or 16 deities, something like that. And so we're still in the middle of ironing all of those little peculiarities out. I have a great idea on who Will's deity is because he's a dwarf, so it's not hard to kind of narrow it down to the ones that I've been working on. But yeah, we are still ironing out the details.
Speaking of selling hair, genuinely, it's a really good cause to sell hair. Not that I have done this, but like your hair, you can sell it to people who actually really need it. And they use it for all sorts of things, particularly in third world countries. They'll make wigs and stuff like that, and these women are really good at it. And particularly, the most valued hair is grey hair because there's not a lot of it out there. So if you have a lot
Holy fuck, man!
Yeah.
I got a gold mine.
You're
Is
sitting
it any
on a
hair
gold mine.
or just head? Because I got like lots of hair all over, hair suit, and it's great.
I mean,
Hair suit.
I'd say let's just shave it all off. Just go
Just
go
get
all
rid
in.
of it. Sleek as a seal.
Like all of it.
All of it.
Smooth
It's
like
a
a
rough-
porpoise.
Holy shit, man! I got right here.
I got it everywhere. Come on, guys, we'll do it on stream.
It's a shave for charity. For sure, it's a thing. What are we?
I'm
that's a
drinking
question.
Nick.
Yeah, what are we all drinking? What do we like to drink?
I stopped drinking on stream, so I drink water during stream. Now that the stream is done, I will have a Mick Ultra because I'm carb conscious. Can't maintain this body. Now, WebDM was with me just last month down in San Antonio having a good time. What did we all drink down there, guys? Do you remember it still? Do you remember?
Yeah,
much?
I remember everything that happened.
Travis remember much. Oh, you remember everything, Jim Davis, because you didn't drink.
Designated driver, man. I'm always the designated driver.
You didn't
I just
drink
don't. I just don't drink.
Pruitt, if I remember correctly, was tying it on pretty well.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I got shit hammered. Oh yeah.
Travis, I was surprised functioned the next day.
He barely
Not very well. We didn't function very well the next
No.
day.
He was like, "Hey
yeah.
man, let me try on your coat. Let me wear your coat.
Yeah.
That's a sweet coat, man." We had a good time with Travis.
For the first time in several years, I threw up the other day from alcohol.
Uh-oh.
It's pretty. But you know what? And I've only ever been sick when I've been like my body has been sick, and you're like sick with a bug or something like that, and you are sick. It's just the worst thing that could ever happen. Like drunk being sick, I was like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. My endorphins were like, boom, let's go. And so my mate Chris was here, and I was like, Chris, I feel really bad. I'm gonna go be sick. And he's like, go be sick, man. You're gonna feel great. And I was like, really? Like, you say I feel horrible. I go down, I vomit. I come back and like, Chris,
Yeah.
it's incredible. I feel so good. Yeah.
It's the best thing once you finally realize that, like, you just like, oh shit, yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. And you just stand up, you're like, all right,
I have a bunch of poisons.
let's start over. The Romans had a good idea.
Yeah. That's what the Romans were good for, exactly.
They built whole buildings for that shit. We just do it on the sidewalk.
Yeah. I like a whiskey or a rum and coke. I drink a lot of rum and coke. It's good shit.
Yeah, I'm a beer man because I like to walk through the door of drunk and not stumble face first through it. Like
that's where we differ.
yeah. I like to just stroll right up to it and just kind of be like, "Hey, what's up?" Not just.
Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
Dangerously
will
nice.
Mess your life up.
So nice.
Get in there and just ruin your life. So yeah, be careful with that one.
Yeah, never drink 99 bananas either. That'll ruin your life too.
Dave, do you drink anymore?
I drink, but not that often. I'm kind of simple. When I do, I like rum and coke, or like a 7 and 7, maybe a White Russian.
But when you and I were talking to Mike Merles, you were drinking there, weren't you?
Oh yeah. I drink. I just don't drink that often.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, hey, let's go to Gen Con and party it up, and you were like, I'm not really into that.
Well, when I'm working, I drink, man. So
you don't drink.
Drink to get through.
I am also one of you. Let me inside.
Well, that's how drinking starts, right? You go to college and you're like, oh yes, I will be friends and I will be charismatic now.
Yeah, that's exactly how everyone perceives you.
Yep. How do you drink?
Yeah, and by the way, I know we talked about it last time. You guys aren't going, but Dave, you're gonna have to drink at Gen Con this year because it's on my birthday. Saturday
Nice.
night is my birthday, and we got a suite downtown now. We managed to finally score a suite, so because the Gen Con housing is just awful. So we worked out something.
Nice. Maybe we can get thrown out of your hotel room this year.
Dude, we got thrown out of Zach's hotel room last year. Let's not do that with ours because we don't do that.
We'll definitely do that.
My drug of choice is dog hair. Good. I'm right with you there, brother. Whew.
Yeah.
We got any more questions in?
Yeah, I don't see any questions coming in.
I don't see any questions either.
I can't believe they're all still here. No one left.
No, there's still 117 people here.
They're just here for Jim Davis.
Kicking around.
They're not here for Jim Davis's bathwater.
I'm here for the
here
cookie.
for me. Some of them are here for my bathwater, which I love you guys out there.
Wait a minute, I gotta refresh. I gotta see because mine says 182, which is said the whole time. Maybe it's lying to me.
Oh yeah, I got 118 right now.
Jim, they want you to tell them a bed story.
Bedtime story.
In the Great Green Room, there was a full moon. Oh, I forgot. I read this story to Trogdor every night, and I forget.
Wait.
I'm not gonna tell you guys a bedtime story.
I've got music and everything, Jim.
Is there music going right now?
I can bring music in specifically for this moment.
I could tell the story of the night I drank 99 bananas.
I would like that.
St. Patrick's Day Massacre?
No, that was not the St. Patrick's Day Massacre. They don't need to hear that story.
Okay, you guys don't need to know about the St. Patrick's Day Massacre.
But I did drink almost an entire bottle of 99 bananas one night, and I passed out right before I pitched forward into my own vomit, and then was woken up. And then from then on, pretty much what was told to me was I spent 2.5 hours doing Taekwondo, which this is about a year after I quit. I took it for about 5 years.
Guys,
And
seriously, I'm great at this. Watch this.
Oh, no. And so I was apparently doing like jump spin butterfly kicks and shit. And I would just fall down and immediately hop back up and be like, what? I'm fine. Everything's fine. What's going on? And so they were chasing me around the house where I was getting drunk at until I finally passed out. And I had to be at work the next morning. And it took them 45 minutes of slapping me across the face to wake me up, which I'm already a heavy sleeper anyway. And so I had to go to work.
Very heavy sleeper.
I had to go to work and open up the movie theater that we all worked at, and I was the manager of. And the regional manager was coming that day to inspect us. And as I go in, I have to throw up at every trash can on the way in. Concession, next to concession, in theater 3, in theater 2. Finally get in the office and throw up. Go upstairs and throw up.
You're like,
This, I was working that day, and we had to stand outside the locked theater with all the patrons, mad as fuck that they couldn't see their matinee at 10 a.m. or some shit. And the 3 or 4 of us who were supposed to be popping popcorn and threading up movies, just like, yep, don't know where our manager is. really fucking sorry about this, I guess.
I got there right as the first showing started, and so they were able to get in.
That was the one where I cussed out a customer because the hot dogs were still cold, and she was like, what? And I just walked away. I just didn't have it in me to fight with her. But I used some very blue language about her. She just didn't want to wait for the hot dogs to get cooked. And I was like, it's going to be cold. And she turned away, and I just couldn't keep that verbal diarrhea in any longer.
It happened. But yeah, that was that story. So I couldn't eat bananas for like 2 years after that.
Well, gents, it's getting a bit late for me.
Yep. Likewise.
We really there's even more now than there was when Dave and I checked the people watching. So that's great. Really
All right,
appreciate
guys,
it.
we will post the giveaway for Archania Workshop around on social media and wherever. So go find it. We'll try to figure out a way that we can post it in the YouTube chat regularly. But
Cool.
that's it for us, man.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
Anything you want to
Appreciate
say
it,
before
guys.
we go, Evelyn? Goodbyes.
We love you.
We love your
hey,
face.
nerdy.